So
Three,
sad.
two. Oh, sorry, we're live.
Hello, internet friends. That's the episode title. Oh, sorry, we're live.
Thought we were dead.
We always apologize when we go live with this game. It's fine.
We're sorry for subjecting you to this.
Yeah, it's your own damn fault.
Yeah, if you're watching this, you have the choice to avert your eyes
And question your life choices.
You roll
No,
sanity
no,
this
no.
time.
You're
We're
right there.
out.
You're right there.
Hello, internet friends. Welcome. It is Saturday night. Thank you so much for spending part of your geekend with us. We really appreciate it. This is Quests and Chaos. We are playing Call of Cthulhu, Down Darker Trails. The announcements are really short this time. Which way should I? What is that?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out where I am in relation to the world.
Oh, I see. All right. Wow.
Sorry.
Well, maybe some therapy.
I think everyone's this way. I'm not going to open it up to find out, though.
You're below Nick.
We have very few announcements this time. Let's get it. Our Birds of Paradise, the official dice of the Great Dane Society. You can get these awesome Saguaros, these great big dice. You can get a bunch of others too. They've got all sorts of cool, great dice. We have a code you can use with Birds of Paradise. You get a chunk of change off your dice. You get new dice. Friends with the Kickstarter, most of you are getting your dice now. Those of you who ordered the Cardinals are going to be still waiting just a little bit, but they're getting out there, and they're awesome. They're the only, we roll them. You should too. Birds of Paradise. Our friends at Nord Games, they make D&D stuff that you can get without having to give wizards money, which is awesome. You can use our code with Nord Games. Their website is ridiculous, and I will not say it here. But you can find it in there, and you can get yourself a chunk of change off your Nord Games stuff, and yeehaw. All right, it's time. I've got good news, and I've got bad news. So the good news is, well, there's really no good news actually. We're gonna play tonight, and Monday. Swords and Sages, we're playing then. And then we are going dark for 2 weeks. And it's no one's fault, but I'll just say that Thomas and Amy are really busy. But it's no one's fault. And so for 2 weeks, we're going to be off. We will be back. The first game we are back is Saturday, September 18th, back here with Call of Cthulhu. And then we'll ramp up from there, and you'll wish we were still gone because there'll be so dang much of us. And you know, we with COVID and with work schedules and things like that, it just wasn't going to work to get everybody together to play for those 2 weeks. And so we're going to take that time off. And then, you know, we're still in that nebulous realm of trying to figure out when it makes sense to come back together. And the Delta variant is still very much out there and very much a factor. And I want to once again commend Thomas and Amy, our fearless leaders, for the care and responsibility they are taking with COVID and keeping all of us safe and considering our safety from primarily. I think you can't say enough about how they've done that. And so thank you, just as somebody who has profited from that. We would all love to be playing around a table together again today. I've made no secret of how much I don't like running games on Zoom, but you know, it's what we got. We do, you know, we're doing what we can to do what we love. And someday soon, we'll all be back around the table together again. I think that's it for announcements. So, Thomas, do you have any?
I do. We were back in this is really not an announcement. This is just a thank you to a wonderful person.
Oh, you shouldn't have.
We were.
Is it not? Oh, it's not me? Oh.
We were back in the studio for like 2 weeks. And the fridge is still stocked because the Baroness brought beverages and things. And I am very grateful for that. And I know we're not supposed to, promote products that don't pay us, but she brought these San Pellegrinos and they are amazing. So thank you to the Baroness.
I mean, the Baroness, not only that, but the stuff she's doing around the newsletter, the help she was giving us in the studio, and when we're back in there, the stuff she'll be doing in the studio. The Baroness is the best. There's just no other way around it. And I can't wait to once again walk into a room and not notice her, which seems to be my standard move. And then a very dry, possibly angry at me, hello, Ezra. It's always a joy. The Baroness, my favorite Twitch user, outstanding. I think that's pretty much what I've got. Do we? All right.
Well, we'll head into some math.
Oh, it's time.
It's much easier this week. Except for we also have to do a memory game. So there's that. So starting with the math, we've got Slyly Tove with 1,000 bits to the players.
Oh, man.
Thank you, good sir.
Yeah.
That's just because I haven't had any props for him to make.
Ooh, that's it.
I don't know. I saw a fantastic image that somehow exists of a Winnebago on chicken legs. So.
Oh yeah, that was awesome. Yes,
that was an amazing find.
That's just called a Winnebago.
That's just what it's like in the Midwest.
Yeah.
All right. We've got
more.
Breaking news, everybody. This just in. Forza Fiore.
Fiore.
500.
It's Italian.
It's Italian. Okay, I apologize. I don't.
Okay.
500 bits for the players to apologize for trying to have them sacrificed last week. Also, it's pronounced Fiore. It's right there. It's not an I. No, it's an I, not an L after the F.
It's actually a 1. It's leet speak. It's Roman numeral leet speak. Oh my gosh, that would be my new password. Roman
I'll
numeral.
never get in again. All right, we then hit Tamago Tora with 500 bits to the child, and I'm guessing those are GM bits.
Mhm.
All right.
No,
Sure,
those go to everyone except Elias and Veronica.
Everyone who's
Elias and Ramsey. Veronica's in.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
Elias and Ramsey.
All right, then following up on that from Tamago Tora, Duke League with 500 bits to the players to burn down the Dreamlands.
I am in favor of this.
I'm okay with that.
Somewhere a single tear just went down Freddy Krueger's face.
And the Dead Boy 42 with another 500 bits. Not sure how long they're going to be here. We appreciate you and Live Mom sticking around for however long you can.
That's right.
Here's Dead Boy and Live Mom.
Yeah, if you get tired, go to sleep.
Yeah.
It's.
I do.
Oh yes. So that is 500 bits to the players to help mess up my math count. And I think I did pretty well. It was a good attempt. Good attempt.
So we also have 4 squeal bits.
That was the memory game I referenced earlier.
And I believe I have 1 bacon bit still.
Yes.
Oh yeah, bacon bit.
And this is the last week to use those bits. So, go crazy. Let's go nuts. Well, thank you so much for the bits. This statement has no basis in fact, but I feel like our fans support this show more than other fans support other shows, and we love you for it. And it is wonderful, and it's one of the reasons the PCs do so well in this game. And also Patreons, thank you so much. If For those of you who don't know about our Patreon, if you join our Patreon, we have an after show after every one of these where we sort of talk about decisions that were made. We talk about why characters did things, that sort of thing. It's a really fun little benefit that we can give.
I thought we went on nonsensical rants.
Also,
are we supposed
Same thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. If you ever wanted to find out about Nick's radical politics, the after show, he has been talking nonstop about this whole Marxist saying that sex workers can't be Marxist. He's been just raving about it. Speaking of politics that Thomas doesn't want us to talk about,
this is true. Whatever it is, this is true.
September 1st, Twitch users for about the last 3 weeks, mainly Black streamers have been getting hate rated. They have been getting
Very bad.
hundreds of horrible messages put into their streams, and Twitch, in the spirit of feckless bureaucracies everywhere, goes, sorry, we've got safety tools, and does basically nothing. And so there's a hashtag Twitch do better that can get you up to speed on this. And September 1st, which I think is a Wednesday, but don't quote me on that.
Yes.
Many Twitch streamers are going dark that day to demand that Twitch do better. And I'm choosing not to engage with Twitch on that day. But I want to make clear there are people who have contractual obligations or this is their livelihood. I don't judge anybody who does anything to keep the lights on. If somebody needs, for whatever reason, to be on there on the 1st, that does not mean that they don't support ending this hate streaming. But we are taking this thing stream. We're going to be off Twitch for 2 weeks. That's how much we care about this. But no, it is super important. And if you have a sec, just jump on social media and drop the hashtag Twitch do better. Let them, let them know that we are paying attention and that the status quo is not acceptable.
The status is not quo.
I'm getting breaking news. I am getting breaking news. This is from corporate, Ezra. This is
Titan Media. Oh my God.
We agree with this message.
There we go. All right. I was worried. We thank you, Titan Media. I think that's about it. So, we got more bits coming
more
in.
More bits.
Wow. You see,
this is so a couple of things. First, an anonymous cheerer donated 200 bits. Thank you so much. Not quite enough for inspiration, but we do appreciate it all the same. You can see that affects our tavern upkeep. So thank you. We then have J Matthews 85, who did 2 cool things, one of which is one cool thing and one uncool thing, I should say.
They're both cool things, really.
500 bits to Ezra to help keep the hype train moving. So that's great. Thank you. And then also those gift subs to individuals here. So thank you for that. That is awesome.
That's great. I got to get one of those gift subs sometime.
You have to.
I have been the recipient of one of those gift subs.
That's funny. All right, friends, follow us down darker trails.
Dead boy finished the 500. Nice.
Yes. So Dead Boy 42 finishes the 500 bits. Thank you so much. Hit those to the players, and then Squeal the Bard to the players.
Nope. That's not to the players. It says
Dead
this
boy
time for
finishes
Ezra because we
Ezra.
love him too.
I just skipped over that part. and
I'm
was like,
going
"Yeah."
to
Really
make
helping
sure-
along in your own demise. I'm just pointing this out.
I'm going to make sure that the voice of the audience is heard. Vox Populi, damn it.
Fair.
So, and then that was Squeal the Bard to the players, unless Gordo makes an appearance. So I think that's, I don't see.
Did
what's gonna
somebody
stop
say
that
Sleep
from happening.
Storm?
Well, there it is, right to Ezra.
There you go.
No, cameos don't count. All right, so last week, several of our players found themselves in the Dreamlands. Abe and the shaman who had brought them in disappeared almost immediately, and everybody else found themselves in the Dreamlands. We met Veronica Emmett, who is something of a seer in the Dreamlands, has come from 1995 to use AOL to tell people how to answer basic questions. And you met representatives of several of the different groups in the Dreamlands who were all very interested in this child that you had not yet met. You met the group, a group from Ulthuan, the Cat Empire. You met the Shadow King, who you ended up agreeing to help. You agreed to give the child to the Shadow King, and in response, he would return you to your proper time. And you then set off to find this child, and you found a teeming mass of every kind of organism you could imagine, all rapturously waiting for the appearance of the child. You crowd surfed up to the front of the stage, and you heard the voice of the child, and some of you were overtaken by the voice of the child, and it was all, you would now give your life for this child, and some of you resisted it, and you were pressed into service as the protectors of the child, the guardians of the child, and you fought off an assassination attempt by some creepy clay people, and you managed to defeat them, and you found out that the minister is able to heal the wounds of those who have heard the voice of the child, but not able to heal the wounds. And so currently, Elias Jackson is bleeding all over the place from multiple knife wounds, and the rest of you, I believe, have been fully healed. And you are coming up with a plan on how to sneak the child. You want to force 10 from Navarone, the child, into Ulthuan, and try and end this conflict by having the Emperor, Xerxes Kitten Mittens IV, hear the voice of the child, and you have the Shadow King somehow made Veronica's RV on chicken legs undetectable by the cats, and you were about to go and show them the hut and bring them to them, and so the hut unfortunately does not have remote controls, so you're going to need to work your way to the hut to bring it backstage.
I thought the cat was going to teach me the ancient tongue so I could summon it.
Yes, the cat will start doing that.
Okay.
And the cat apologetic says, I could possibly summon it, but I can't. I don't detect it. I can't.
Well, yeah, that's the point. Cats can't see it. That's how we can get it into Ulthuan and get the child in there safely.
Is it where that? I mean, there's a weird emptiness at the edge of the throng.
That's probably it.
That would make sense.
I see. So Veronica, make me a POW roll as the cat says
Oh, good, my favorite.
a couple words in a language you don't understand.
Oh God. That is a fail.
Okay,
We have squeal bits.
you do have squeal
I
bits.
do have
If
squeal
you'd like to
bits.
use bits.
Use the bits.
Is that a,
Critical fail. Critical.
Is that just a straight
roll
reroll?
again?
All right, yeah. So re-roll it.
okay? Just so you guys can see me get a rousing success.
All right.
Yay!
Did you get a hard success?
It's a hard success. Yes.
Okay.
I had
All
to check if
right.
it was-
So the cat, the rest of you hear the cat opens its mouth and like kind of sounds like we're coming out of the sort of thing. But they sort of make sense to you, Veronica. And you're slowly learning, but this is like you're learning the Duolingo version of the language. So you're learning how to say like 4 things, but you can't say them in the past tense. You can't you can't say anything else. But you can ask why that sandwich is green.
Yeah, I know how to ask for directions, find the bathroom, and tell people that I'm a dumb tourist. So
The important information.
right.
Oh man, when I took German in high school, we had this cassette thing, and one of the units was directions, and so you had these little maps, and you had to like follow the guy's directions, and it always the question always ended. My favorite sentence in German, it would give you the directions, and then the guy would say, "Und dann du weißt, du hast keine Ahnung, wo du bist," in this like radio announcer voice, and what that means is, and then you realize you have no idea where you are. I'm like, things that you can't do these days. It's like, aber ich habe eine iPhone und jetzt weiß ich, wo ich bin.
Yeah.
So you sort of understand these words, and you can, you feel like you can call the hut to you. But the cat says, this is, remember that this is a creature as much as it is a machine, and it has a low, it is not an intelligent creature.
It's kind of like a pet. You just keep feeding it and then it keeps working, right? That's always how I've treated cars before.
Yes. I just think, be careful and sparing in how you use this language. So with this lesson, you have learned how to call the hut to you.
Okay.
Great. So the minister has sort of been watching this, and he's like, well, we will discuss in the morning your plans. He still is a little edgy about Elias.
Can I fix up Elias? Do give him first aid and stuff?
Sure, you can make a first aid roll on Elias.
Cool.
Yeah, let's dream
No.
cauterize those wounds.
Sorry, I missed 90.
Cauterize.
Yikes. Let's use some of them squeal bits.
Yeah.
All right, I'll try again. Oh yeah, much better. 39. So that's better. 49's my thing. So it's not
All right.
quite.
So Thomas, you gain 2 hit points back, and you no longer feel like you are.
And he's gone.
Yeah. Oh my God, we lost him.
Bye.
And so the minister leaves, and the general is staying there, and he's looking at the map, and and he'll look at you all and he'll say, do you really think this plan could work?
I mean, it's got a chance, but it's got a chance to fail too, and that's what I'm worried about.
Well,
Maybe
but
if we
really-
had cat disguises or something, like suits.
We're too tall.
We
Yeah.
look like big cat. There's big cats. You saw they
The
were only-
tigers aren't sentient cats. That's different. They're mounts.
Well, I mean,
Well-
there's all kinds of. It's the Dreamlands.
It's a Pluto goofy thing.
I've
Sure,
been,
you saw all the. They would recognize us as kin.
Jared, I understand that there's apparently several of you running around, but I have been here for a while, and I'm going to tell you it's not going to work. They're all this big.
And I mean, when you get right down to it, every plan has a chance of failing and succeeding. I think this one has a decent chance of succeeding, mostly because they can't see us, as evidenced by our friend here not being able to see your contraption.
But I
So,
like the cats thing. I like the thing if we dress up as cats and then we can see like we're cat gods and we've come to save them.
The boy spoke over a microphone and speakers. Okay, so what if those speakers could we hook those up to your
Oh
your
yeah, I could
walkie
probably
bird?
wire that into the stereo. Couldn't be that hard. I used to hotwire cars back in the day, so it's basically the same thing, but
Wow.
with fewer electronics.
Hot wires? Wow.
What does Jared have to roll to pretend that he understood that?
Uh,
I heard a yes. I heard yes. Yes, I can do it.
I mean, here's the thing. If you take the child and you take the sound, all those people out there are going to know something's up.
They should. They should know that we're taking the child to storm Althuan to spread the word.
They must never know you're taking the child.
This is a covert operation.
They'd probably
We can replace them with fake boxes with screens. If this is gonna make the mission succeed and keep the child safe, that's what matters.
I'm a master of disguise.
All right, let's get that cat
I'm
suit.
sorry?
Yes, I am a master of disguise.
I thought you was a writer.
Well,
How do you think I get all the good scoops?
By stealing them from other writers.
No, infiltration, subterfuge, making it up. So let's see. What if I made? Do you think that? What if I made a fake child to leave here so that the masses wouldn't get all?
Mr. Minister, is it question then?
No, so the minister's not here. The
Oh,
general.
It's
This
the
is
general. Sorry, Mr. General. Then, if the child is going with us, even if we're trying to do sort of a sneaky sneak, what exactly will you be using the sound system for? Surely the thing that is going to clue the unwashed masses into the departure of the leader is the lack of presence of said leader.
No,
That's what you're worried about.
The point is that they remain here so they believe the child's here so they don't panic. But if we swap them out with fakes, it's not like they can use them without the child.
Sure.
Right.
The child will sometimes go days before he is ready or has enough strength to appear before the crowd. But
Understood.
Got
if
it.
if they notice that the sound is gone,
Yeah.
that's-
Do you guys make announcements like, well, the kid will not be here today?
we try and placate.
God, that's what they need the sound for.
If after about 2 days of the child not appearing, things start to get a little shaky.
So the
So we
child
need to move
spoke.
quick.
Yeah, well, the child spoke yesterday. Can the child speak twice in a row? Can we do that tomorrow to give us like tomorrow morning so we have all day tomorrow and the next day?
That depends on the child.
Can we ask him?
The child tells us when the child is strong enough.
Well, let's get
We
started on.
serve the child. The child does not
course.
serve us.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but we thought could just ask. It's a good idea.
Well, I mean, we want. I mean, this is we don't want to do this plan without asking the child if he thinks this is a good idea, right?
Look, the child is 7. The child has no idea what is a good idea and what isn't.
Yeah,
known
so
an
I'm in favor of taking the speakers to give the child the best chance in this. We're risking him.
I mean, really, you're risking us. This place will become a riot.
We serve the child.
The child will come back. He'll put everything back in order.
Serving anyone comes with risks.
What about a double blind?
Go
How
on.
so?
We got your hut that the cats can't see,
Yeah.
but the cat could see that he couldn't see it.
Right. He could see the empty space where it should be. It was a spot of nothing.
So we send the hut as a diversion. And we get all of you on the train to Ulthuan with the child.
There's a train?
They'll never be expecting it.
Yeah, we weren't even expecting it. We thought this was to expedite travel. You never said nothing about a train.
Well, you know, we can't bring this on the train. And he motions at the thousands of people.
Well, obviously.
But your small idea could work. And if this hut is a distraction and takes the cat's attention.
Well, that's only if they're looking
Yeah,
for
I
a
don't-
spot of nothing. Like, how often do you see nothing?
Yeah, I don't. Would they? The
And
chances
how-
of them figuring that out.
And how exactly did this thing become non-detectable to cats?
I told you.
I already told you that.
The Shadow King
Yeah,
veiled it.
I wanted to hear it again because that's the other reason I don't want the child in that thing. Because the Shadow King taketh and the Shadow King taketh.
Well, surely also if the Shadow King hears the voice of the child, he too would be turned to see his glory, would he not?
The Shadow King's immune. The Shadow King only hears what he wants to hear.
That does, in fact, explain several things about our interaction with him yesterday.
Well, I mean, you can say exactly the same thing about the cats.
Well, that's just cats for you, though. I was a dog person growing up.
The cats, as you can clearly tell by the cat, are not immune to the glory of the child. But I am very against putting the child in a vehicle that the Shadow King has proven he has ready access to. He might already control that thing.
Seems like everybody controls my car but me.
How are the trains here? Do they explode?
Almost never.
I don't like
What,
that almost.
what percentage is almost?
I can't remember the last time.
So you've never seen one blow up or anything, so that's good.
I've never seen, no. I mean, there was that goose incident back a decade or so.
Geese are terrible beings.
It's true.
Are there
But
worse
no.
than cats around here?
Are
The
there any
Iron
geese
Dragon.
here?
So now here's the one problem.
One problem.
The Iron Dragon only stops in towns. So we're going to have to sneak you on while it's moving.
How is this a better plan exactly?
It doesn't involve the Shadow King.
Yeah, but if he can go into any shadows, how do we know they ain't shadows in the train?
Does he know that you're going to be on the train?
How does he know anything?
Bingo.
I mean, he knew where we were in that chicken-legged thing. How do you know that?
How did he know that?
Unless he just came by happenstance. I do just get a lot of visitors asking questions on the regular. That's not really like,
I mean, you
specific. It's a particular, it's just what I do. People show up.
The seer.
Yes, which apparently doesn't count for as much as I hoped it might in this particular circumstance. But, we work with what we're given.
So there's a canyon about a day from here where the Iron Dragon has to slow down to make it through. We get you on the train there. The Iron Dragon is a straight shot to Ulthuan.
How? Are we gonna jump off the canyon with umbrellas?
Oh fuck! Is this gonna be like a James Bond movie or something?
What?
Oh, right, cowboys. Never mind.
Where did the child come from?
From your world.
Hmm.
He is not of the Dreamlands.
So would the kid be able to help us get onto the train? Is that they could do that?
The child is very weak. No, the train, getting on the train is the easy part.
What's the hard part? Getting off?
The hard part is Ulthuan.
But I mean, that's going to be the case regardless, whether you come with the thousands and thousands of people or we go with the strike team. Regardless, child is weak? What are you talking about?
The child can muster the energy to speak every 3 or 4 days.
And that's all he can do then. So that gives us, 3 days to get him to Ulthuan so he can speak again and begin to turn the masses to his glory.
Look, I don't have any idea how you even make a plan for how you get the child in front of the Emperor, but we've got 2 ideas to get you into Ulthuan itself. I vote for the one that doesn't involve the Shadow King.
So we've seen tons of just bizarre stuff around, right? We need to get this guy. We need to get some cat suits. It's our best bet.
I don't think cat suits are.
That's not how. Honestly, given our heights, we would be better off dressing as fish people because at least that would be believable.
No, they'd eat us alive.
Literally.
I don't think that they really do. They might try to enslave us, but they're trying to enslave everyone. That's just pretty standard for the cat people.
I mean, that part's not a problem. And I pull up the collar that I kept. I can pass as a servant anyways. But
then why are you so worried about getting a cat suit if you already got a plan? That's perfect.
I don't want them to see my face. You recognize me. Who knows if there's another?
You have one of those faces. You look like every guy I ever almost dated in college.
How prolific
Old
are
prospector?
Yeah, it's like
she's got a type.
You said very specifically that to be last week that you just have one of those faces, and she believed you.
I know, it's just that he's also 45, and you're talking about every guy that you saw in college.
She's got a type.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
We don't judge.
I mean, some people go back to university when they're older. It's fine.
No, she just likes older guys. Don't worry about it. This is irrelevant for the time being.
Elias, get me a cat suit.
I think he just has a thing for cat suits.
I can try. I can spend 10 luck and try.
Bars.
I mean, we might be able to. Illusion stuff is the Shadow King's realm, but we might be able to throw something together. Maybe we ask the minister in the morning. But think about which of those plans you think is best. And we'll talk in the morning. And he'll
Right.
You hear a sort of dull murmur from the crowd outside, kind of transitioning into nighttime. Like there are cook fires, there's people chatting and that sort of thing. And it's 9:00 at night, probably. It's weird. I think there are like 3 moons here. So it's sort of hard to tell what is, but you think it's about 9:00?
Feels like it's time to turn in or bicker about our plan.
I mean, in the traditions of all TTRPGs ever, we'll spend the next 3 hours arguing about the plan.
Yeah.
I don't know what this plan is. I'll support what you guys want to do.
I mean, we're risking the child by dragging him. I mean, they're looking for him is the big problem.
We're also
Any child that's brought in there, if we can't find a way to disguise him as being anything else.
Well, but that's going to be the case regardless of how we get him there.
Wouldn't it?
So we got to do it.
Wouldn't it make just as much sense if we're going for disguises and decoys to just find a decoy child?
And go throw in a decoy child at the Emperor?
How many did we see any decoy children on our way? I don't remember any. I think those would stand out.
You don't know. I mean, there were some kids around.
I'm thinking more along the lines of, rather than dressing up the child as a cat, maybe we have the cat dress up as the child and go off in another direction. If I take him to the hut, maybe if I can lead him inside, maybe he can break the illusion. He can take the hut while we take the train.
I mean, that doesn't necessarily keep the actual child safe. It helps, but
I mean, the idea there being, the Smokey and the Bandit thing of all the entire line of cops start following the Trans Am. And
as much as I hate sacrificing the Winnebago, but I'll do anything for the child, unfortunately.
Oh, just your life. You can leave the Winnebago safe.
The Winnebago is my life. I traded everything to get that car.
Oh, man. But all right, so if we're the ones to bring the child to the Emperor, so the general and or the minister don't want to go?
I mean, they got to keep the peace here, right? If everyone leaves, the whole point is get in, get out, prevent pandemonium, hope that we get the child back in time.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely implied that as soon as this crowd realizes the child is gone, they're going to go wherever they think the child is.
Right.
By the thousands.
Carving a path of destruction along the way.
Yeah.
We're trying to prevent, as you recall.
Oh no, that's what you guys were doing.
Yes.
I'm only concerned about the child. Path of destruction works perfectly fine for me as long as the child's safe.
Well, I mean, with what they want to do, regardless, the child's going to be put in danger. Because
how do we minimize that?
I mean, that's a good question. Probably honestly, the most minimized way would be to take the entire crusade along. That way the cats have other people to feed on and keep them busy. But
it also means we're moving slow as molasses.
Mm.
And there are interests that are already poking in this direction. And that being the case, the slower we are, the more chances there are for people like the Shadow King or the Emperor to get in. And
I mean, those crazy bastards that just tried that assassination attempt earlier somehow got in with
Those
no
clay folk.
conviction.
Yeah.
and how many more of them are there going to be over the next weeks?
Damn. Yeah. No, we got to get there fast. But so we go and we take over the child makes the emperor bow down to him. But then don't you think the other cats are gonna not like that? Maybe they just say, okay, emperor, you're out.
Once they hear the word of the child, they would have no reason to resist.
How are they going to hear the
anymore.
world if we don't have the microphone and all that stuff? How?
Child can speak. If he can speak to the court of the Emperor Xerxes Kitten Mittens,
The word will spread and they will come to him.
Mm.
the fourth,
The
the
good
fourth,
kitty.
Good kitty.
good kitty.
I just don't see how this is going to work. I just don't see it.
Are we by
Ramsey,
ourselves?
have you
Yes, you are
lost
by
faith in the
yourself.
child?
Yeah,
Not the
Ramsey.
child, but in us.
Hey, Susanna,
Hmm?
Jared, do you remember why we came here?
We were
yeah.
coming to get the stick to deal with the wind children and maybe bring that town back.
Yeah, and then we found a greater purpose.
Oh.
Your deprogramming efforts are great, Thomas.
What happened to that 50 in psychology?
69? Well, 69? Why have I not said this before? That was 69 in psychology.
Psych.
Friends at home, insert your own jokes there.
Phrasing.
Don't insert anything.
Hey, it's Saturday night. What you do in the privacy of your own home.
That's
As
true.
long as it doesn't
Not wrong.
result in you ending up in a hospital, because they hate that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh no, are you kidding? They laugh. They love that.
Well, right now it's not the best time to go to a hospital.
That's fair.
Good. This is delicious.
So I think that I think the child is a wind child.
I'm sorry, what?
I think the child is a wind child.
Why would
Child
you?
might have the stick.
What? Why? What?
Ooh,
What would make you think that?
that's interesting.
I don't know.
I mean,
it
if-
just came to me.
If the child had
Like
the
a
ability
vision.
to do that, then this whole crusade, like the amount of effort, that's you saw what that stick did. If he had that kind of power, why would we be doing this?
Oh, that's right. The sticks in the forest. Wait, did you Susanna or Ramsey, did you see the stick?
No.
Well, no, just felt things.
No, those
Yeah.
pint-sized freaks are real good at hiding.
They play hide and seek really well.
They were saying they were the wind.
If
What
if
if-
after this, if we could bring this child back into the real world, he could solve that problem with ease with these children. If they were to hear his voice, they'd hand over the stick, no problem. So we gotta get things solved here.
That is a great plan.
Jared
That's a
does have an
great plan.
89 in fast talk, so
Yeah, and I was just thinking, well, why do we even have to do this? If we have the child and we bring it back and we get the stick, that would be awesome.
so many problems will be solved if we can solve this problem here.
So the
Wait,
only
wait a
way
minute,
you
wait
know
a
to
minute.
get back right now is to give the child to the Shadow King.
What, you know what? If the child had the stick, the child would be unstoppable.
That's why we got to bring him into the real world.
It's first.
Yeah.
We do that first.
And then we come back with, oh, I love it. I love it.
Okay. But we have to find a way to do that.
Right. We'd have to actually find a way to get back into the real world. And right now, the only way that we know of is a way that I will fight both of you over if I have to.
Oh, jumping off a cliff? Is that when you're falling and then you wake up?
No,
Oh.
giving the child to the Shadow King.
Oh,
Oh well, no, the Shadow King's not going to bring him into the Shadow
He's
King.
gonna bring us into the real world, though.
Yeah, we're
That's the
not-
only way we figured it out.
Yeah, the Shadow King's a non-option. He's not going to do what we want to have happen. So
Right.
nuts to the Shadow King, I say.
Indeed.
I think I need to go consult the Oracle.
So you are gonna head back.
I am
through
gonna
the-
go wade my way. I'm gonna pull out my bourbon-soaked bandana, tie it around my face, and go try to fight my way back through the crowd to get to the Winnebago. I need to go get online.
Veronica, I want to join you. I have questions of this.
Yeah,
Future.
okay. Sure.
However, if you can give me 10 minutes, I just gotta change.
Are you like conducting some sort of ritual or something? Most of those take about 10 minutes.
11.
Yeah,
It depends. Yeah, sure. You go ahead. I'll wait here. She'll pull out her tarot cards and start doing a spread while
Elias
she's
wants to
waiting.
be wearing non-bloody clothes.
Eliza is gonna become Eliza.
Aha! All right.
She's
Damn it.
back.
All right. Make me a disguise roll.
but do you have any dynamite?
You guys are really taking those bits to burn down the Dreamland seriously.
Of course.
We don't
All the
have any.
stops.
We don't have any means to burn down the Dreamland.
I have a tank full of gasoline.
The whole Dreamlands. It's a start. I appreciate it.
Thomas might need some bits here.
Yeah, if I could use a bit. I could use a bit.
Use a bit.
No, I want this to be the worst disguise. I want this to be transparent. I vote.
You are
Can I get
overruled.
anyone to-
You are overruled. All he needs is 1 second, and I will second.
I was
He's
just
wearing
saying,
like a Marceau outfit.
It's still a fail. My
All right.
disguise skill isn't that great, but I have the Master of Disguise trait, which means that actually mechanically it just means I spend 10 luck and get advantage. So I just did that without spending the luck. So
Well,
So I'll actually with Master of Disguise, I will give you. You can spend the 10 luck and get another roll.
okay.
how bad is
And with advantage.
It's not good.
I wish I had
I'll
cool things
spend the
to
10
spend
luck.
luck
It's a
on, 'cause I
master of
have
dis-
so much of it compared to the rest of you.
and do you get the advantage still?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what he said.
So that is a success. That is a
He's more a Master of Disguise theory.
Yes.
yeah. Although
He
now I might
studied
get a
all of the
1d10.
great-
You wasted that. You could have gotten me a cat suit.
All right. Veronica, Elias Jackson comes back out in drag.
Veronica's just gonna take a look and be like,
He's wearing like a
It's
scarlet.
tasteful drag.
"Well, no." She just fully looks him up and down and just goes, "Yeah, had a boyfriend took me to Rocky Horror every Saturday too. All right, didn't know it dated back this far, but cool."
You had to
Let's
do
go.
horror every Sunday night? What?
Future is bleak.
Oh, there's horror every. God, I thought ours was
Have
bad.
you all? How long have you? You guys just told me that y'all were fighting like crazy extra dimensional. You met the aliens. You met the Great Race. Like
it wouldn't
how,
persist
you're also
in-
doing horror like every night.
It wouldn't
Wait.
persist in the future. We thought there was a point to all of this.
Yeah.
So you went to a show every Sunday night, and it was the same show.
Yeah,
You'll
with
have
the-
to. You will have to
Yeah.
tell me the show on the way to the Winnebago.
It's a
and
time
that's.
paradox.
I don't need to see the rest of the future. I just need to know this show.
It's just a jump to the left.
Yeah.
As
we fight our way through, I will explain the plot of the Rocky Horror Show to Elias.
It is.
I am taking notes.
All right,
'cause I am
it
It
right
makes
in the-
no sense, I assume.
Both of you-
brought a Rocky Horror Picture Show to the past, which means Elias is going to write it.
And
I
it's
don't have
gonna
to come
be-
back to the show. I can ruin your lives.
It's going to be better because there's going to be werewolves in it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah. It's like, you know what the problem with this is? So both of you make me a luck roll.
Where did we park it? I could have.
Ooh, that's a negative because I just spent my luck.
Have to look at my things. Hard success.
All right. And you just got a regular failure, right? Not a fumble or anything like that.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So you got the 2 successes you needed, and so you're able to make your way backstage without anybody noticing that the guardians of the child have come out. And you managed to like edge around the crowd, and you see the hut ahead of you, and it is just crouched down.
Yeah.
We have to sneak. We have to sneak in. Are people watching?
Yeah,
It doesn't seem like it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk up and fumble the keys out of my pocket, open the side door.
All right.
This is 95 Winnebago. It does not have a clicker.
It is not a 95. This is like an 85 Winnebago. You did not buy a new
That's
Winnebago.
true. That's true. It is not a new Winnebago.
This might be an old International Harvester or something. So yeah, you come in and sitting in your chair eating a bag of chips is the Shadow King.
What? Do people just invite themselves? This is my home. I live here.
Have you brought me the child?
No. Have you brought me replacement food?
So we're working on figuring everything out here.
How can I help?
I'm sorry, we're working on figuring everything out here. Have you seen a stick that like controls weather?
Maybe. Salt and vinegar.
Judge not lest ye be judged.
It's like eating an enema.
Ezra, you're a bad person.
How often do you eat those, sir?
Judge not, lest ye be judged.
Get out of my house. We're working on a plan, and you are not part of it currently.
We're partners. We made a deal. You're going to bring the child to me. I'm going to get you back to your homes.
And at the moment, we're still working on how to get the child to anywhere. So,
what do you think of the child? Have you seen the child?
Of course, we've seen the child. The
What
glory of the
happened?
child extends to all.
I give him a little. I just give him a little look and a wink.
So
The child speaks sometimes, and sometimes that has power.
Sometimes. Always.
Right. Yes. Yes. When the child speaks, there is power. I'm bleeding through
so
my dress.
how am I going to know when you have my child?
You'll meet us in Alteron.
I can't just go into Ulthuan.
You just showed
Wait.
up in my house. I thought you could show up anywhere there were shadows.
Why is the child? You're taking the child to Ulthuan?
Well, the whole crusade is moving there slowly.
And you're
Yes.
going to get the child before it reaches Ulthuan.
Well, we wish to ensure that all may hear the glory of the voice of the child.
Huh.
Has it always been a war between the factions to rule, or is it just recently the cats decided to want to rule everything?
No, Ulthuan has always had, but when Xerxes III died, they really ramped up the war effort.
Have they taken much? Have they been successful in their conquest?
They have. That's one of the reasons that I want the child, to keep my realm safe.
Well, the child will keep all realms safe once all have heard his word. He wishes to bring peace to the Dreamlands, to all lands, and to all who hear the comfort and succor of his words.
Is that what he told you? That he's bringing peace?
Is that not what you heard?
Let me ask you a question, Seer.
We're back to this again.
Are you going to give me the child?
I will protect the child with my life.
Huh. So no.
Do you intend to do harm to the child?
No.
But you intend to stop him from pursuing his glorious crusade, to bring all into his loving fold.
No. I intend to magnify his voice so that all can hear it.
Well, then perhaps you can continue to assist us in our current endeavors.
Who's assisting who here?
We are serving the child, as we all must.
Huh.
This place sucks. Just say that.
I mean, it's all right. I mean, I don't like the chips, but
If you don't like the chips, there's Fruit Loops in the other cupboard. Did you check the other cupboard?
And he'll go over and
If
I only ask because I didn't make a threat explicit when I suggested, let's work together and you bring me the child. But you giving me the child is the only way you get back to where you want to be.
We will go wherever the child goes, as we are in his service. We must protect the child.
Huh.
and to be honest, where we're from sucks pretty bad.
Have you been anywhere good? You don't like anywhere. You should come to the Shadow Kingdom. It's lovely this time of year.
What is there a stick there? There's children in the real world, which are in a hidden forest world off of the real world. And they are, and there's a town that's missing.
Oh, yeah. This child is one of those children. Yeah, they came here. You know where more of these children are?
The Pants House Freaks in the forest? Yeah, they're in the forest. It's full of them.
Dozens, yeah.
They control the wind.
Yeah, there's lots of shadows there too.
Well, I think we can help each other out here. You bring me the child, I'll get rid of those other children. They won't bother you anymore.
You don't want one of those children? Don't they all have the same power?
No. This child is special. This child, they all have the power of the wind, based on the curse that was put on the village. You see, when that village was attacked, when those children were stolen, one of the parents of the children cursed whoever stole their children. And that curse took the effect for most of them of this, some sort of weather control. I don't know what's going on. But one of them this child got a special gift. And it was that special gift that made the natives of your world expel the children. The weather stuff was sort of, they didn't love that. But this child was the reason that they were expelled. They were, you mortals are short-sighted. You don't understand that everything's a tool. And they didn't understand this child's gift like great men do.
Clearly, they had not heard his voice.
Child's not a battery, right? You don't just like suck the energy out and use it for things.
No, the child has a seemingly endless power that that the seer has clearly experienced, but you have not.
Oh no, I'm
head whips
fully
over to
involved.
Elias.
The child is amazing.
The minister was also concerned about Elias. Is there something you're not telling us? You heard the voice of the child, didn't you?
He was a weak child who barely spoke audibly. He's being controlled by the minister.
Elias! What?
Oh, sorry.
Veronica's just looking back and forth between the two of them.
So, Frankfurter, I don't understand.
What is going on here? Is this some sort of You're both in on it. You're both in on the conspiracy. You're here to harm the child.
No, no. I'm here to see what happens.
What happens when?
Exactly. I don't know. Actually, we're here to.
Both of you get out of my house.
You're here to bring me the child. That's why you're here.
Not my deal. Bye.
Why was he dressed like a woman?
I don't ask those kinds of questions. People can do whatever makes them feel comfortable.
All right.
Are you not progressive here in the dream? You have literal fish people and you're asking why he's wearing a corset?
You're the one that didn't like eating enemas.
What can I say? College was a weird time.
So you're not going to bring me the child.
I serve the child, and I will take the child where the child needs to go. Currently, that seems to be Althuan, so that we can stop the uprising and the war before the entire rest of the Dreamlands is destroyed.
May I have your permission to cast a spell on you?
What kind of spell? Can you be
through the window? Sorry, through the window we heard. Yes, please.
Shut up, Elsie.
It's a spell that will let you see clearly the lay of the land.
All right. Fuck it. Been stuck here long enough. What's the worst that could happen?
Very well. And he'll walk up and he'll take 2 fingers and he'll just push you, not gently, in the forehead. Make me a POW roll. This is going to be an opposed POW roll.
Great. Love that for me.
Oof.
Squeal bits.
This is a first. Birds of Paradise have never done this to me.
Well, I also rolled Birds of Paradise and mine were fine, so hard success.
All right. The Shadow King takes 2 fingers, shoves you in the forehead, and you feel like a little static, kind of. And you hear him go, "What? What? No! Ah!" And he disappears.
Oh, I was hoping he was going to become a believer. I was hoping it was going to reverse, and he was going to be like,
I'm
"The
actually
father's
so
away."
mad that I succeeded on that roll, but okay, this is interesting. Veronica just looks and is like, that was that. God, even the magic here is fucking stupid. And she's just gonna go over and sit down at the crystal ball and like start running her search words.
All right,
Because-
what are you looking for information on?
This is she does not really have a good theory on here. She's starting with like trying to look up again. She knows this is kind of long shotty based on the stuff she's gotten in the past, but like she's trying to look up things like train to Althwan, some of that stuff. And I think she might just keep going through some of these other kind of keywords that keep coming up, like things that keep getting mentioned by people about Shadow King, Ithaqua, like just kind of seeing what hits to see if she can generate more of a plan that makes sense with what all of the crazy cowboys have been saying and the general and the minister. Like there's a lot going on in her brain that's not quite clicking.
So the challenge there is that, you're literally using AOL.
Yes.
And so Ulthuan does not pull up a lot of hits on AOL. You do find the Iron Dragon was a very common name it was like a poetic name for trains in England in the Victorian times.
Okay.
You don't get a lot with Shadow King.
Yeah.
Elias, you are like peeking in the window, and you hear the Shadow King's voice next to you, going, "Help me!" And he's got like this like It looks like he's lost. He's now emaciated, and he is he's like now he's just bone white. What did she do to me? Help me!
How?
He reaches out a hand.
I lean away. No.
All right. The child. I need the child. And then he disappears.
Okay.
And you in the window, you see Veronica like sitting at her crystal ball.
She's not saying anything, just searching. Not
Yep.
like Googling out loud like some of us do.
She kind of mutters under her breath a little bit, but
How do you spell Ulthuan?
and yeah, it's probably more something like that. Like I don't. If I capitalize, which world mythology does this even come from? Like that sort of thing. Trying to isolate keywords or.
I'm
something.
imagining Scotty. Like I can't help it.
Computer.
It really should be River Phoenix from Sneakers.
Sandra Bullock from The Net.
Yeah, there we go.
Narrate everything you're doing.
Elias is gonna sneak back.
To the camp?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
you have no problem. In your disguise, you have no problem.
I'm gonna try and find Ramsey if I can.
All right, yeah, you guys have you've made a little camp. You have a little, you're all sort of laying down around a fire.
And we're close to the child, so we can yeah.
Yep. The wagon is right to your right.
So I'm gonna sneak over. Ramsey. And in very hushed tones, going,
Get up
just
and
like-
I'm gonna get up and I need to take a walk.
We both get listen checks though, right?
Everybody
Sure,
knows
you
what
can
I'm
make-
saying, right?
You
Everybody
can make
goes
listen
for a walk.
checks. Yeah, Ramsey makes air quotes.
Uh-huh.
I got
I got a 97.
I got a 15 out of 53. So
All right, so you think you hear Elias going, Ramsey, and Ramsey goes, I gotta take a walk.
I hear
You hear
Mudhead.
nothing. Yeah, you
Oh,
all you hear is the glories of the child.
gonna
Oh, goodness.
like glance over. Ramsey, everything all right?
Will be. I'll get up, walk.
That's not a positive answer.
It will be.
Hmm.
All right, yeah, you guys, you make it. You step a little bit away from the camp.
And the fire and all the light and everything. Yeah. Right. Elias, what's up?
I don't know what is happening. So the other people, they're under some sort of spell that this child has. Veronica killed the Shadow King, I think.
Well, that's good, right?
I don't know. Maybe
Oh, but
they're on this mission. They're on this, and I'm doing very quiet. They're on this mission. This child is the reason that the native people banished the children.
because they have the power.
Yeah, this one is extra powerful than the wind children.
The child.
It's one of them. The power of his voice. I don't know why we're involved in this civil war, to be honest with you.
Well, it seems like the others, they're worshiping the child. I mean, I heard the child talk, but who charmed them? Who charmed them? It wasn't the child.
I don't know. I don't know.
But okay, you said the child is powerful, and what? Just because they can make people do what they want? Is that the whole thing?
I think so. And he's brainwashed our other two companions and Veronica.
Well, what if we try to talk to the child and see if they would, if they're strong enough, they could get us back.
Maybe.
I'm thinking maybe, okay, we're all gonna take some time to watch the child, right? And during my watch, maybe I can go in and talk to them.
I think so. I think my cover is blown. I think you need to be all in. The child is the greatest thing ever.
As he's saying, my cover is blown, he's dressed as Eliza.
Again.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen that before.
Yeah, no.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew who it was, but
Well, you might be a more understanding than most about this, Ramsey.
so I'm gonna bring up the dress thing. I was like, that's a pretty dress. You do this often? Do you go out and like maybe do you work in bars and things like that? Is that what you do at the bar? Oh,
If that's where the story is. No, this is to get undercover. To
get under covers?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. I got you. Your secret is safe with me.
Okay.
All right. So
It would work a lot better if he shaved.
during my time being on watch, I'll see if I can talk to the child.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. I'll support everything that the group is doing.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
Okay.
All right.
I'm
I'll
gonna
let you know.
head back. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. What do you need?
So I'll let you know if I find out.
Go.
I'll come back
And-
hitching my pants up.
And 15 minutes later, Elias will come
All right.
back. I think Veronica killed the Shadow King.
What?
Oh, that's great news.
Yeah.
Is it?
Well, the Shadow King can't. I mean, we should check with the cat, see if the cat can detect the Winnebago. If the cat can't detect the Winnebago is now the way in. The Shadow King's dead.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Mm-hmm. We might have just gotten our ride in there.
Yeah, I think the Shadow King the Shadow King wanted to amplify the child's voice so everyone could hear it. And then attempted to cast a spell on Veronica, and she, I don't know, retaliated or shield or something.
I have an abysmal chance, but can I roll psychology on that?
Sure,
I have a decent chance. Can I roll psychology?
of course.
That's just like this whole thing is like, what? Wait, what's going on here? The Shadow King wants
And
to...
Ramsey's just shaking their
I
head.
do
Yes.
get to be the big bad. Success.
Yeah, I got a 99.
All right, yeah. This is the most you've ever trusted anything that Elias Jackson has ever said. It's terrifying.
I mean, I almost never trust him anyway, so that's fine.
Are you back, Veronica? Are you back in our midst?
No, I am now on the internet relay chats for the Wicca group that I was a part of, looking up glamour spells.
Yes.
Nice.
So wait, well, I mean, it does strike me as odd. So you think that Veronica saw through his lies and then took him out?
Well, good for her.
Is that what happened?
No, the Shadow King said that she was that he could help her see clearly.
And then she killed him? That's not an answer.
The Shadow King said, "I will cast a spell to let you see clearly," as if something was clouding her mind. But as he did so, there was this crackling of energy, and the Shadow King withered and vanished.
Well, she must have seen right through him and then said, well, you don't get to touch my brain, but lured him in. Good for her.
Yeah. I don't trust the Shadow King.
I mean, the Shadow King wants the child.
Yeah.
So the child is the same child as from the forest, except for he's more powerful than the forest children.
And who told you that?
The Shadow King.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's yep. Okay.
And Veronica saw right through him. All right.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Anyway, so just passing the message along.
All right. Well, thank you for that.
I'm so sorry, Thomas.
Oh, it's perfect. It's perfect, guys.
So are you going to bring the hut around, or are you just going to spend the night in the hut, Veronica?
I'm just gonna spend the night in the Winnebago. I'll probably keep running random searches and trying to look through old message boards for stuff. At some point I'm gonna switch over to the more like, because she's got a lot of background in occult fight, like from her world. And she'll probably switch over to some of that and literally start trying to look up spells, because she's seen a bunch of people here cast spells.
Right.
So maybe some of the spells from her world also would work here.
Yeah. Okay. Make me an occult roll.
So she still also does not fully think that we have a good plan yet, to be fair. That is a regular success.
All right. So, most of what you get is like rituals that involve circles of salt and locks of hair and things like that. But you can find all sorts of crazy recipes for that. A few too many love potions for your liking.
Don't need any of those. I have the love of the child.
So the folks around the fire, are you just gonna call it a night?
I mean, we ought to take watch.
Elias is writing the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
From memory.
Of someone else's memory.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, this is like fourth hand. Okay. So Ramsey, it's like 3 a.m. and you're on watch.
All right. Well, I'm going to try to go into the hut,
The
basically.
He's got
a wagon that the child is in. See if I could talk to them. I know it's late, but we'll try.
All right.
I got to try.
Are you knocking on the door or anything? Are you trying to be super quiet? What
I'm
is
trying
your...
to be super quiet.
All right, make me a stealth roll. Second consecutive fumble from Birds of Paradise.
I didn't fumble, but I didn't make it.
Oh, if you didn't make it, we've got bits for that.
Yeah, you
All
can't.
right.
Ew.
All
Oh,
right.
and we've got bits to roll. Listen.
Oh yeah. I mean, as long as somebody seconds.
Well, are we rolling? Listen.
I'll
If
roll
you
listen.
wish to.
Oh, it's not quite a hard. Darn it. Maybe. Well, I could. I'm going to spend my luck. I'm going to spend my luck to make it a. I need a 20. I got a 23, so I'm spending 3 luck.
All right, so that is a hard success.
All right.
So would I need to meet that or beat that?
You have to beat that.
So I have to get a harder success.
You
or
have to
like a
get the critical success.
Do I spend 1 luck?
Do it.
How many luck do you have?
I've got 8. I mean, 7.
Yeah, you clearly you like hear something, and you see Ramsey like go around the front of the wagon, the child's wagon.
Ramsey, what are you doing?
Just checking on the child.
I mean, I'll come up. I don't. Why? What? Did you hear something?
I heard something, so I just wanted to check.
All right, I'll go wake up Susanna. I'll wake up Susanna.
Yeah.
I run over to wake up Susanna.
All right.
I'm going in.
All right.
Is it locked or unlocked?
You open the door, and sleeping there is a 7-year-old boy.
I'm going to wake him up because we get to ask him about the sound.
All right. We're going to go into initiatives here. Not probably because there will be any fighting, but just because everybody's going to be doing something.
Okay.
So Susanna, you're sleeping. Jared and Ramsey both have 70s.
Right.
So Ramsey, you go in the hut as Jared goes to Susanna.
Yep.
And you are now trying to wake up the child.
Mhm.
Make me...
It's slapping, so it's fighting. Brawl.
No, I'm not going to be mean. It's a child.
Wake up!
This will be a... I don't know what to... Let's make, for no apparent reason, let's make opposed con rolls.
Okay. I was thinking I could get the harmonica out.
Ooh, yeah. Or, yeah, if you want to play the harmonica. You could...
Hey, I got 17, so that's a con roll. That's a good one.
That is a good one.
It's not ultimate, but it's hard.
All right, yeah, the child is like, huh?
Oh, I heard
And-
something.
So you wake the child up. Jared,
Yeah.
you get to Susanna. I'm not even going to make you roll. You can wake Susanna up, and next action, you can like say something to her. Ramsey, what do you say to the child? The child's like looking at you a little scared.
Yeah. Oh, don't be scared. I won't harm you. I just I wanted to talk to you.
Okay. Jared, what do you say to Susanna?
I mean, I'm just really quickly gonna say, Ramsey heard something and turn, like, I can walk and talk, right? I want to complicate.
Well,
this.
you needed to come to Susanna to wake her up. Like
Yeah,
you,
that's
you
called
came and
kicking.
you touched
Hey.
her.
What? Susanna's a big girl.
All right, yeah.
She's not.
She's a big girl who's gonna wake up with
A
a
grown
dagger
up.
in your ankle.
She's a grown up. No, she's not. Oh gosh, she's not Alexandria.
No, it's supposed to shoot you.
Yeah, we all
quick
heard a
draw.
gunshot.
Yeah, quick draw.
Not like a hard kick, but it's the like.
Yeah,
I don't have time
he's
to
nudging
judge
you with the boot. He's not coming down to do the gentle like shoulder thing.
Fair enough.
And you're just gonna say Ramsey heard something and like walk towards the wagon.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Elias, make me a listen roll.
Ooh, wow. That's a success. That is a hard success.
Right. You hear an oof as Susanna gets like shoved with a foot, and you hear Jared say, Ramsey heard something by the wagon.
Oh,
So you will now both
Okay.
you and Susanna will be entered into the initiative order. I need to make a roll. Okay. And Jared, next round you will be at the wagon. The door to the wagon is open, you can see. And Veronica, you're sleeping in your hut, so you will.
I'm away. I'm not involved in this. Y'all have fun.
All right. So the child is just looking at you wide-eyed. And you've let's see, you tried to
I'm gonna switch into my other voice, the one I use with Mom.
Okay.
So I'm gonna switch to that voice. I didn't mean to bother you, but I really needed to talk to you, and this was the best time.
All right. The child is just kind of like looking at you at that point. All right, so this round, Susanna, you have the first initiative, so you're getting up, I assume.
Yeah, just like kipping up and being like, right.
All right.
And grabbing my gun belt as I go.
All right, yeah, because it'll take, it would take you around to put your gun belt on, but you can just carry it with you. Carrying it with you will impact your quick draw.
Okay.
Because the whole point of quick draw is the gun's in the same place it always is. Muscle memory, zip.
Can I hold it so that the
you can approximate it, but it would probably be a roll.
Okay.
To get the snapshot.
Okay.
If you want to take the quick round to put the belt on, then you won't have any problem at all.
But that'll take another round of action.
You'd spend the round putting on the belt. And then you'd move towards the wagon.
Honestly, I think I'm just going to draw the gun from the belt and hold it down at my side. I'm not going to like point it at anything.
All right, so we have a gun out and you are heading towards the wagon. No problem. Yep. Elias, you in the fire, you see Susanna, like there's a weird second where she looks at her gun belt and then she just pulls the gun out and drops the belt and she walks towards the wagon.
Okay. Is it my initiative? I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
Susanna, form a perimeter, and I'm gonna go like away.
Elias rolls out of his bed, going, "Form a perimeter." All right, and then you go the other direction.
Hoping Susanna maybe stays away from the wagon.
All right. Jared, you reach the wagon and you hear a woman talking to the child.
Yeah, I'm gonna draw. It's flung over, but I bring my
shotgun.
Unfortunately, shotgun up to bear, and I'm
now
gonna.
Now wait a minute. You will not fire the shotgun into the wagon with the child.
All right, then I'll pull out my knife.
All right. Okay.
And walk up to see what's going on in there.
Make me a listen roll as you're moving up.
Stay on table. That's a 97.
All right, you just hear a woman's voice. That's all you hear.
Yeah, but that's where I stop. Is I get up, I hear the movements. Okay, all right.
All right, Ramsey, what are you saying to the child?
Do I see Jared at all or not?
Well, he hasn't made it to the door yet.
Got it.
But you can make a listen roll with a penalty die because you are very focused on the child.
Yep. Ooh, where's my listen?
This is some like swords and sages levels of tension here.
No.
This is why I'm sleeping in the Winnebago.
I thought I was going to get it. I was very close, but no.
We're all sick of each other, and now we're just like, how can we kill each other?
So what I said to the kid is, I was like, it's like I just wanted to make sure you were okay because they say you've been sleeping a lot.
The child is just like looking around. It's like
he's not saying anything to me or anything.
The child is not saying anything.
All right. I guess I'm not going to get anything.
Make a psychology roll.
Yeah, Ramsey. Make a psychology roll.
Well, you never know.
No.
All right. I'll give you this. The child is choosing not to speak.
All right. So, and I'll say, all right. I noticed that. I go, all right, I'll let you go back to sleep, but I wanted to find a time I could talk to you, and this was it. So good night. Oh, and if anybody asks, there was a noise in your cabin. All right.
All right. So at this point, Jared, you come around the corner and you see Ramsey leaning over the child, and the child is awake and like looking at Ramsey with wide eyes. You don't see the woman that was in here, that you heard in here. And Susanna, you see Ramsey get to the door and kind of pull up.
And Jared,
sorry, you see Jared.
Who else is in here?
you say that out loud?
Yeah.
Okay. Nobody. I was looking. I heard something. There's nobody else in here.
When you say who else is in here, the child starts and like looks at you.
I mean, are you rolling something to fool me? Because if not, Jared's gonna know you're lying.
Yeah, this is probably a
I
case.
do have fast talk.
So you could try some fast talk here when you're like, who is that? I don't know, somebody
Yeah.
around there.
Yeah.
But unless you've got like a better explanation you can throw out.
Well, so I mean,
I can.
again, this
I
is
heard something, and now I was checking on the child.
this is a thing that I have run into from time to time
Oh,
where,
yes.
when you play a game with really good actors, you still have to respect the dice. And if somebody has a really good skill at something,
Yeah, no, I got a 07 out of 70. So that's like ultimate. And I'll say,
that is a
I
really-
heard something. I came in here. I was checking on the child. They woke up.
You didn't,
So
yeah, okay. I mean, I can roll here. I'm gonna roll, and if I roll 1, then
Yeah.
Well, I heard someone else in here. You didn't see him?
I didn't see them. I heard something, but I didn't see anything.
at this
We
point,
can't-
Susanna, you are up there now.
Okay.
With
Oh no, another shadow thing.
We can't leave until we know it's safe.
Let's look.
The child is like tennis watching between you two.
So, all right, I can look in here. You want to look underneath to see if there's somebody under there?
It came from in here.
All right, then I'll keep
No.
looking.
right.
Elias just yells, "There it is," and he runs off.
All right, you hear Elias go, "There it is."
I'm running off into the darkness and hiding. I'm just gonna go hide somewhere.
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna like turn my head a little bit, but Jared said that he heard something inside of the wagon, and I heard
He
I-
said
I-
Ramsey heard something, right?
well, and I heard Elias earlier doing the call to Ramsey, so I'm sus of both of you at this point. So like I'm gonna look at Jared and be like, I can see pretty well in the dark. I'll look around in here.
Yeah, I mean, I can, even with the dark, I think we both can tell
Yeah,
there's.
you both can see.
All right. Well, I can look. You want me to? Where do you want me to look? That's right. You guys have the night vision. Where do you want me to look? I'll look under here. I'll just keep
chase
looking
that.
around.
I guess I'll chase after Elias. If he says he saw something,
Right.
Susanna will.
So Jared turns around and he sees the minister standing there, and the minister goes, "What is going on here?" And that's where we're going to go to break. So we will be back just as soon as 6 people can use 6 bathrooms.
Two.
Welcome back, friends. Yeah, you three of you. Jared is off hiding behind a rock about 20 yards out of camp.
Elias.
Sorry, Elias is out there. And Jared and Ramsey and Susanna are all around the child's wagon.
Yep.
And the minister is like, "What's the meaning of this? Why have you woken the child?"
Ramsey heard something, and there was a woman's voice coming from in there.
A woman's voice.
Yeah.
God dog it, 97. That is concerning. You know what? I need a new set of birds of paradise.
Apparently,
The
you really
Saguaros
sick.
Tonight.
The Saguaros are not feeling the love today. So
Dan is plotting for a recording tomorrow. So the Delta Green colors are coming through right now.
we'll go with some copper. I think that's, I don't remember what bird that is. Okay. So he's like, a woman's voice. Huh. But you found nothing?
Not
Elias
yet.
said he heard something. I'm going out to check.
Really? All right. And the child is safe.
And we glance towards the child. I mean, the door's still open, right?
Yeah. Yeah, the child seems safe. He looks scared. The kid's just like looking around at all these people with guns. Do not bring weapons around the child.
If there's someone in there that's meaning to do him harm, I'm gonna have to.
Yes.
if there's one of them assassins that got in there, you're gonna want me to have this.
You are the guardians of the child. Very well, but let sleep, child, sleep. And he says, I'll stay with the child. You go. And
Yeah,
he'll
he's gonna take off after the way that Elias went.
All right. As Ramsey goes out, he says, close the door. All right. And you head out. So Ramsey, you see Elias like hiding behind a rock. Clear as day because you can see at night.
You mean Susanna sees?
Oh, you
me.
can both see. You can both see it.
You said Ramsey, and Ramsey.
Oh, sorry, Jared. God dog it. What is up with me and names right now? So yeah, Jared, you heading out to where Elias is, you easily see him on the outskirts of the camp.
Elias, what are you doing?
I don't know. My wound opened up.
He is bleeding.
Would you not give your life for the child?
I tried.
Which way is it? Where did it go?
I don't know. It's dark.
And Jared will just, if he kind of like knows the direction that he went to find Elias, he'll just keep going in that direction.
All right. Yeah, you don't see anything.
What could this mean though?
The real question.
It's invisible.
Well, if that's the case, sorry, do you say it to Susanna?
Oh yeah. It's, I mean, that's, I was right there and I could hear it, but I couldn't see it.
Well, if that's the case, then we left the child and the minister alone and closed the door with an invisible enemy inside.
But Elias heard it. He heard it run off, right? I mean, we'll turn around and run back, I assume. But
Yeah.
All right.
Ramsey didn't go after you guys. Ramsey is at the still.
You're back
at the
at
fire.
camp.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, did he? He's been acting real strange.
I guess we're not getting any sleep tonight.
Yeah, well, that's garden duty for you.
Nick interpreted that as garden, as in okay.
Are you gonna go back and open the door to the?
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
knock and let him know, like, we think it could still be in the area and that it's invisible.
He says, I understand. He is laying hands on the child like he laid hands on you, and the child is sleeping peacefully.
If there's an enemy running around and it's invisible, we may want to have someone posted up in here just to be safe. Not to bother the child, not at all, but to make sure the kid is able to sleep safely.
I mean, if you can stay here and keep an eye on him, we don't want to disturb his sleep.
I will stay with the child.
All right. You're gonna have to stay up all night. I'm sorry.
I understand. It is my burden. And he'll once you go out, Elias comes limping back in, bloody. Now his dress is bloody too.
No,
I ain't changed.
Oh, that's right, he
Yeah.
changed. Now your pajamas are bloody.
Yeah.
Wait, did you pull your wound back open to like really sell the? Oh,
I did, yeah.
Oh, honey.
When you get back, Ramsey, we'll try to do some more first aid on you.
All right, you are able to fix the damage he did, so you don't lose any extra hit points.
Okay, good. I was this close to like stabbing myself, but I'm like, you know what? I've already got an open wound. Why don't we just?
Because we started talking about
Yeah.
the sewing needles again.
So down by the fire, I took off my hat because it's time to get some rest.
Yep. All right. So, yeah, that will be it until morning. Then you all rest. Veronica, when are you returning? Are you gonna come in the morning with the hut, or?
I think so. Yeah.
I assume you're gonna take like the wide way around.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get up, wake up a little bit early, and while most of the crowd is still kind of settled down, just so that there's not so much movement to have to maneuver around, and I am going to practice my dial-up lessons to see if I can direct the hut.
All right, make me a power roll.
Scream and dial up.
That's gonna be a fail.
All right, you spend a very frustrating 10 minutes going. And well, Lucy liked that.
Can't get the intonation right. It's like Mandarin, and I just can't get the correct inflection.
It's very strange. Lucy is flopped down here on the floor next to me, just looking up at me, trying to figure out what's going on.
Maybe cats do speak dial-up.
You spoke his language.
So yeah, you spend about 10 minutes doing that, and then you're like, I'm gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
Kick.
At which point I will just go drive it around
And
very
so,
slowly.
The hut comes by as breakfast is being made by some adherents of the child, and the minister will come out of the child's wagon looking very tired, and the general and the cat are already at the table with the map, sort of looking at things.
So yeah, when they both arrive, we're going to ask, because we're going to tell the deeds of Veronica defeating the Shadow King.
So
you check if if it still has the protection, if the cat can detect the Winnebago now, if that's all true, or if defeating the Shadow King dispelled it.
Okay. So the RV is not there yet. But you tell the general that that Veronica killed the Shadow King.
Well, that Elias told us.
And then I go into some specifics.
Okay.
About he was hanging off the side of it, asking for help, and then he disappeared.
Huh. And at that point, the hut comes up, and the cat still can't see it.
We're all looking at the cat, looking at the hut, and the cat's just like, what?
Yeah,
What's with these looks?
I assume there's something there where you're all looking.
Yeah.
Well, this is perfect.
You are so lucky we're not at the table right now.
I know.
I get an elbow. I know that. There'd be violence.
And you, Veronica, you come out and you see everybody looks tired.
Y'all doing all right?
Invisible assassins.
Yeah, there was something that was going after the kid last night.
Was the child all right?
Yeah, I think. And I'll look at the minister.
The child is fine. And when you say invisible assassins, the general looks and says, "The Shadow King isn't dead if there are invisible assassins around."
You think this is some kind of retaliation on his part?
And his sorcery isn't off of the hut.
Do we think that would dispel it?
But the invisible assassin, that's Shadow King 101.
We're gonna have to be double
Well,
careful.
And so the general looks at the minister for a second, and then he says, "I'm just going to say it. We should not put the child in that hut. If the Shadow King is still alive, they've already told us the Shadow King just appeared in that hut out of nowhere."
Yeah, and then he touched me and disappeared, so...
But Elias told us what happened afterwards.
What happened afterwards?
He was asking for help, apparently. And then
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, he was with her. I was right outside your window. Remember that part?
I mean, I remember you creeping around. I was waiting to see if you were going to try to come back in. Then you just disappeared.
Yeah. Anyway, the Shadow King was holding on as well, and then he was super withered, and he's like, help me, reaching out, and I just kind of backed away from him, and then he disappeared.
Well, it doesn't sound like he's in much of any condition to be doing anything to anyone then, now does it?
And if we're able to do what we said earlier and light up the inside of that cabin real bright, he won't have any shadows to work with.
As far as I know, there is no Shadow Queen consort who's gonna take up his power and come after us again. So if he's incapacitated.
I share your concerns, but this might be a perfect opportunity.
Especially if we can move fast and before someone else takes up any of the Shadow King's powers.
The minister seems, he seems to be, he seems amenable. He says, I would much rather wait a couple days so that we can make sure that all have heard the voice of the child.
Might not have a couple days if more things come after him.
I mean, we have guardians,
And we need to construct the decoy contraptions for him speaking, so we can set up the proper ones on the wagon.
Well, that will probably take a couple days. We are not rich in materials, but we can.
Are we sure we need to construct decoys? Couldn't we just swap your gear for mine?
What do you mean?
There's stereo panels throughout. It's a Winnebago. There's like hidden speakers up in the corners because the last guy who had
these are like
rock band
concert.
tricked out.
These are like concert speakers. These are the big box ones.
Well, so are you saying you have enough speakers that we don't have to take the other ones?
I'm saying I could try to rig something. I mean, they're meant to be used inside, but if we, pulled them out, ran the wires through the windows, mounted them on the outside, it would do.
But if we
something.
if we use the speakers here, if somehow King Xerxes Kitten Mitten IV isn't swayed by the child's voice, if everyone else in the area is,
The cat emperor.
yes.
Well, it sounds like you all had a better chance to figure out the rest of the plan than I did, and unfortunately my efforts were not as successful as I hoped, so.
Do you have the cat suit?
I have a cat suit, and I will hold out the, pleather 90s clubbing one-piece suit.
This does not look like a cat to you, Jared.
Just looking at it like, you can wear that?
I mean, it takes a little baby powder to slide in, but once you're in, it's comfortable.
Did you?
Baby powder? You make
what's
powder
your-
out of babies?
What's your size? Jared's looking at it and trying to figure out if he's.
You never ask a lady that, dude.
No, this is I'm looking at the size of the thing.
The size statistic. What is
Veronica is staring directly at Ramsey and goes, "Baby powder was invented by Johnson and Johnson in the late 1800s. How has it not reached the Colorado territories by now?"
It has.
It was probably called talcum, but Veronica, what is your size stat?
Let me double check. What is my size stat? I think it's 50. There we go.
All right, 50, Jared.
Oh, you're giddy.
60. That'd be that if it's tight for a 50.
Well, it's
Yeah.
form fitted for a 50. It's a cat suit.
Jack's
Jared, does Jackson have that? 50?
It'll be a little big on me.
Yes, I'm begging you, please.
Oh, so he gets a cat suit. And
I'm sorry. Okay. Oh, I thought the cat suit was for the child, because a small child dressed up like a small cat, so it doesn't draw. Who's the cat suit for?
This doesn't look like a cat. Okay, we got to put the
You
word
mean
out.
a literal cat?
We got to put the word out, or cat adjacent. This is not cat adjacent.
I got some fluffy pillows we could cut apart and piece together and look like a kid's pageant costume.
Let's do it.
What are you people doing?
I don't know. Ask them. Apparently, they've got a brilliant plan they came up with while I was trying to ask the Oracle for answers.
Oh, honey,
We're good.
if I can pass on one piece of advice, we don't make good plans. We just do our best.
Yeah, this is not a plan. This is a contingency.
And we think this is going to keep the child safe?
Well,
I think it's got a shot.
do you?
A better shot than my invisible to cats Winnebago.
No, it's a contingency, not a plan. The Winnebago's the plan. The kitty costume's the contingency.
Well,
The
especially-
plan inevitably fails.
I
Well,
still say the train is a safer route.
I agree with the general.
Use the Winnebago as the distraction. Use the HUD as the distraction.
It's not going to work as a distraction.
They can't see it.
They can't see it.
They'd have to be looking for something that they can't look for.
Yes, that is the whole point of psychic defenses.
If they can't see it, it ain't a distraction.
Unless I can just send it rampaging into a city to be an invisible menace, which kind of sounds cool, actually.
So the cat will say, my people would understand, they would clearly discern something they can't detect. There's the absence.
So, like when you look here, you're seeing you're not just seeing through it. You're seeing that there should be
There's
something there,
nothing
but
there.
there's not.
Yes.
Okay, great.
Right, but when you were looking for it before, you had to be told to look in that direction. So you didn't feel it as like a bubble of emptiness that was like, that's a wrong thing over there. But when it's up close.
But Ulthuan has defenses of all of these sorts. I agree with the general.
Well, then how do we get past those defenses? What defenses? You haven't even mentioned that part.
Yeah, that would actually be a good thing for us to know before we go heading in.
Because
Whether it's with 1,000 people following us or not.
only 1,000.
Ish. I don't know how fast they all move.
That's why the train does not go through those defenses. The train is public transit.
But
See-
we're going to have to get the child to the emperor, so we're going to need to go through the defenses.
Once you're in the city, you're past the defenses. The defenses are to keep things out.
Right, but we're still going to have to get through the city to get to where the emperor is, right?
Yes, but Ulthuan is a metropolitan city. It's a world capital.
So we can just catch a bus to the emperor and ask for an appointment.
I mean, the cat tree is not hard to find.
Oh,
I
boy.
hate this
Oh,
place
let me-
so much.
Let me ask. So I was imagining there was just cats there, but you're saying just people go there too?
Yes, there are all sorts of.
Oh, all right.
And information is kind of key for the ability to make plans.
I mean, this one's partly on me. I could have probably explained some of this to you, but since none of y'all wanted to ask questions, I didn't really give answers because that's, the whole trade-off. That's kind of
Right.
theater. That's kind of how it works.
So right now, your read of it is that the general and the cat are voting for the train plan. The minister wants to vote for the plan for your plan, but is hesitant because he doesn't trust. At the very least, he doesn't trust Elias. So that's your read of sort of where the politics of things are right now. The cat seems like he's willing to defer to you. The general does not.
I'll do whatever you guys choose. I believe in you.
Raid. Hi, welcome in.
Oh, it's been a minute
Oh,
since
y'all
the welcome in.
Is it that time again?
Yeah, I know. Wow, we got to stop doing like
Welcome.
this. Welcome in.
Hey.
Give away some tumblers.
It's okay. It's been a while, so
Been a minute.
I have to do something.
That'll
Give
require
us a
some-
minute. I'll set up a giveaway.
All right, so just to catch you up, there's a council of war going on right now about how to sneak into a cat, the empire of the cats, Ulthuan. They're in the Dreamlands, and several of them have been
Seeing the light of the child.
seen the light of the child. They've been taken over by the voice of some sort of crazy mutant kid.
Such a nicer way to put it than the way the other two players under that effect want to phrase it.
Brainwashed.
Yep.
Sure.
So, you've made some compelling arguments for your plan. Is it hashtag chaos, Thomas?
It is hashtag chaos. And stick around. It'll be 15 or so minutes. But,
All right.
stick around and we'll give away 2 of these cool tumblers. When it's full of water, you can't.
Yeah.
Tough to.
They are for the Silver Bullet, the bar, the official bar of the Great Dane Society.
If it's not in the Dreamlands, it doesn't matter to us anymore.
I mean, at the moment.
No. I still want to get out of the Dreamlands. I just want to protect the child while I'm doing it.
There we are.
I have not lost the rest of my personality.
There's that.
That is 100% true.
Yeah.
So looking at the Winnebago, does it look like something that could fit into like a freight train car?
I mean, based on the trains, yes.
What if we split the difference? What if we use the train as kind of a Trojan horse to get the hut thing into the city, and then we travel invisibly?
It can just walk alongside the train tracks.
We need it inside the
train
train to
goes-
get past the defenses.
That
But once it's inside,
then it's
past the
inside.
defenses, it's inside.
That might require stopping the train.
I don't know. This thing's got pretty good pickup. I've gotten up to 110 running away from a twister across the Oklahoma plains before.
I understood most of those words, but not all of them in that context.
I mean, perhaps, and now the general's like thinking about this. Perhaps if there were a car with its door open,
If we're getting on it, then we're gonna have to.
Someone hops on, opens the door, and then we just, pop her in.
So just to be clear, someone jumps off of this hut onto a moving train.
Well, how were we gonna get on the train before?
Yeah, you said we couldn't stop the train before, so we were
Yeah,
still
we're
going to
gonna
be
have to get
jumping
on it
onto
while
a
it's
moving
moving.
train.
Well, before you were just going to get onto a car. Now you're trying to open a door and get a hut inside.
But no, we're still trying to get onto a car just as before. It's just as risky. Now we're just opening up a door.
And Ronnie will stay inside driving it and then controlling it and then slot it inside, right?
Yeah. Nothing could go wrong with this plan.
Everything can go wrong with this plan.
Look, I have not heard a single good plan come out of any of all y'all's mouth the entire time I've known you, which admittedly has not been long, but you have also self-admitted that you are bad at planning. So at this point, the one where I am inside of a steel-framed building while trying to get on the fast-moving train is actually more secure because I've got seatbelts. Trust me, that is one thing that you will appreciate in the future.
The general's like, well, it could work.
Right.
I'd still feel more comfortable if we stopped the train.
Yeah, if we could, that would be good.
If that's an option, then that would be most ideal. I thought you said we couldn't, though.
Yeah.
I mean, we can. It's just a lot of attention as we put a tree branch over the rails or something.
Or a herd of cattle.
Or a herd of cattle.
I mean,
Or cattle.
If
And
that's
when
the
you say a
front-
herd of cattle, the general looks towards the stage.
I think I see what you are thinking, and it's awful, and I love it.
It would certainly
Perhaps.
provide a distraction.
It is time for the crusade to move on.
Yeah, I think I see what you're doing, and
Yeah.
I think it's a good idea. Have those who follow the child help the child.
It would
What's
also,
collateral damage?
It would also
Well, no,
Great.
trains will stop for
Will
that
they?
sort of thing.
Enough
I
of
mean,
them.
That is a good question. Your
Or pay
trains in this
damages.
country stop for things like that? They do out where I'm from. But I ain't known about how the trains work out here.
I've seen some people try to stop a train before, and they put the things on the front for a reason, and cattle off and just fly
Cattle.
off the sides.
The goblin catchers.
Where we're getting on the train is a straight shot, so they're going to see it coming. And if there's enough stuff on the track that it could derail, they're going to slow down and let him pass.
Well, and also, you were saying, Minister, in general, that where we were going to jump on, they had to slow down anyway for the canyon, right? So if they're already slowed down, they're more likely to stop.
Especially if it's a group that seems like it's going to keep moving, clear off easily enough.
The general will say, I think this is a good plan. I think we immediately start packing up. We tell the people it'll be about a 2-day march to the tracks. And I think this plan could work. The cat nods along, and the minister's like looking, and he says, I do not want any of the followers of the child to be in danger.
Well, that's why we're planning to try and mitigate the danger as much as possible. But I mean, this is a crusade. There's always danger.
Well, you said that like we could lay branches on the tracks. It would make sense if people were crossing for them to lay something on the tracks while they cross to keep themselves safe. As long as that's obvious to the train, it just won't look like someone sabotaged it. It'll look like some people were crossing and they wanted to keep themselves safe. They pull it off once they're done crossing. And by then we've snuck a house onto the train.
Very well. Are we all agreed then that this is the plan?
I mean, it's
Sideways
the
at
first part of the
Elias.
plan.
I'm deferring to your expertise.
I spent a lot of time catching people who stopped trains. Didn't think I'd be one of them.
This is a terrible long shot because I don't really have the appropriate skills for this. But as this whole conversation goes on and we hear this, Ronnie's paying a little more attention now to the general, because as she's hearing this, and also she's hearing some of the arguments about collateral damage and concern about safety, while the safety of the child is still of the utmost importance in her mind, she's starting to realize that this is reminding her of other sort of, things in her life that she's heard about where it's been like less concern for the masses in exchange for the plan. And she's starting to wonder about the general's allegiance here, because he and the minister do not seem to be seeing eye to eye. Can I?
So you can make a psychology roll.
Like psychology insight on the general, because he seemed to agree to that plan way quickly for as antagonistic as he's been toward all of our other plans.
Ronnie, would you like some flavored sugar water? I call it Kool-Aid.
I made it.
All right.
I just made it.
Check that box.
Yeah, check that box.
That is amazing.
So the feeling that you get is that, he would sell 1,000 followers out to like get what, to get the child in front of the Emperor Xerxes.
Okay.
Good kitty.
But it does still feel like everything he's doing is in service. He doesn't seem to be counter to our interests in service of the child.
And I mean, and honestly, he seems happy. This is kind of, this is mostly his plan. This is mostly the plan that he liked, and so, he's all on board. The cat is a little more deferent and kind of was seeing what the minister thought, but didn't like the hut plan, and the minister didn't like the train plan as much and wanted the hut, but now he's on board with this if this is what everyone wants. And so the general start making like immediate plans. The general's like, here's what you have to tell them, and they're gonna leave this afternoon. They're gonna start the march this afternoon, and he's like, we'll pack up the speakers, and then he turns to you guys and he says, you sounded like you know how to attach them to your hut, right? Will that make it too large to fit in the train?
No, I shouldn't. I can just pop them into the windows. I think I'll take a look. I can at least get one of them in there. I'm sure. Just have to do a little bit of reconfiguring. If I sort of like kick the back window open and put it where the bed is.
The effect won't work without stereo.
Do it. Do you need help hauling things around?
Yeah, you are all put to work.
Oh yeah,
You know.
anything for the child.
Yeah.
I forgot. Ronnie's a geek.
Ronnie has the electronics skill, not super high,
Fantastic.
but she has a bit of it. Like I said, she used to hotwire cars.
So you spend the morning disassembling speakers and all this stuff, and Ronnie, make me a let's call it a mechanical repair.
Oh,
You got that?
Ooh.
that I don't have.
Oh, you need help with that?
So Jared, you can take the roll with disadvantage because you don't recognize a lot of this stuff.
I got some of that.
The alien spaceship didn't have big subwoofers.
They did not let me tinker with that, believe it or not. It's
What a
absurd.
Hey,
God, what is the point of alien abduction if they don't let
they were
you-
super cool guys though.
Do we want to use some well, Ronnie, what has Ronnie rolled before I try to re-roll?
So y'all have to remind me how luck works in this game.
So you can spend luck after you roll to make your roll. So like if you need a 30 and you rolled a 40, you can spend 10 luck and
Great.
you rolled a 30.
Because I have a 10 in mechanical repair, but I rolled a 12. So I'm just going to
Good.
spend a couple luck and make that roll.
Honestly,
Alright, so-
if-
I have luck to burn.
well, and honestly, you were complaining about having a ton of luck. You could spend more to get a hard success or a critical.
Do
even.
you guys want me to re-roll to see if, like, I've got a 60
You've got
and
tons of inspiration.
Yeah.
Yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead and re-roll.
Use a
Yeah,
squeal.
go
bit.
for it.
I mean, there is the chance that I'll crit fail, but there's also
Well, there's always that chance.
We have only 4 inspiration now.
I
Cool.
did slightly worse, but oh well.
All right.
All right.
All right. So Veronica, you are able to Jared is like a bull in a china. He doesn't understand this mechanical, but he's some help getting it attached. You think you've got 2 of the speakers set up, and the wiring is mostly good. Unfortunately, the input is weird. Like, figuring out where to plug in the mic is a little weird in your running it, using the Winnebago as an amp.
Well, I assumed they would have had to have an amp already, so I'm still just attaching the mic to the speakers. I'm just strapping the speakers into.
Okay, sorry,
The
you were saying
vehicle.
you wanted to connect it to the Winnebago. Okay, yeah, you set up the amp. And
What I would do is I would wire my stereo into the speakers so that the speakers of my stereo are also output, but I would use the amp that already clearly exists. Sorry, tech theater kid. I actually in real life know how this one works. So.
Right. All right. Yeah, that's no problem. So that's most of your morning is your A-team in your van to come out of the barn with the water gun, surprising all the thugs. And the minister begins starts telling people to pack up. The crusade is moving on. The child has had a vision, and we must travel west. And there's some grumbling because that's kind of back the way they came, but sure, fine. And so now we get a montage of sort of 2 days of
I do have a question.
Yeah.
When the minister says the child had a vision, does that change anyone's realization of anything? The fact that the minister just made that up?
That's a good point.
I mean, if you're willing to give your life for the child, a white lie is hardly.
It's not a white lie. That's a full-on lie.
Yeah,
I mean, to be clear, white lies are full-on lies.
yeah. That is, yeah.
True.
That's
true.
a good point.
Fine, never mind.
Well,
As
that's
are
a good
brown
point though.
lies. Throw that out.
We've already established Jenkins does not show up here. We tried that last week.
Did we really?
So everyone who, you all hear the minister say that, and if you want, you can take a POW roll to have some questions.
Okay.
If you're the questioning sort. All right. Your faith in the child is unwavering.
37.
All right. Susanna, that's just, you're like, that doesn't quite sit right with you, you start moving on. And so they don't set up the stage now when you stop at night. They camp and then they move on and they keep moving. And the second day, sure enough, about 10 in the morning, you see very familiar railroad tracks. What look like, railroad tracks you would recognize. They are monodirectional. So
They don't go both ways?
The train, well, no, what that means is the train's going this way on the same track as it goes that way.
Got it.
Oh.
So it's not
Single
two
track.
lines going next to each other.
Gotcha,
Single
gotcha.
tracking. Yeah.
And
So all of you do see Elias has like stuff in his ears.
Mm.
Lass, you all right?
What?
Boy.
Did he get stabbed in the eardrums during that fight? Are they bleeding or something?
Not to my knowledge.
Some loud noises, just trying to put it in there.
Did we come across stuff along the way to place on the tracks that's big enough that they'll see it? And
yeah, they're kind of like palm fronds, but they're
Oh God.
they're mealy and thick.
Cool.
And so yeah, you flop those on, and the crusade keeps going, and the general pulls out a pocket watch. 10 minutes. Be ready.
Yep.
And the minister walks out hand in hand with the child. And he starts to walk towards the hut.
so I'm sure we would have discussed this before, but who are the sneaky people in the group who are going to get on it, open it up, and so we can get the house on there? Because Jared is not a sneaky person. He will be hanging out on the Winnebago.
I have a 34 in stealth, so mine isn't great.
I got a 40.
48. I will
All right.
Oh.
Sounds like a lie. Sounds like
The non-believers?
The general likes this plan less now. Don't forget #chaos to be entered to win those 2 tumblers. It's coming up soon. So you hear a distant roar. And the general says, "The Iron Dragon, right on time."
Excellent. I hate a train that doesn't run on time. It's the mark
Yeah.
of the downfall of society.
Yes. And a lot of the crusade hear the roar and they start moving across the rails faster. They are definitely picking things up. And coming into sight is an awful thing. It looks like some sort of horrible serpent made out of metal is roaring down these tracks at you. There is a definite face with these whiskers that are flying back in the wind and smoke just pouring out of its nose as these crazed bloodshot eyes are just staring ahead, lolling madly. And it roars as it sees people on the track. And the crusade starts to move even faster as it's going like this. And it seems like the cars are part of this thing. They're all made out of the same material. There's a weird organic aspect to all of this.
Okay, the Stephen King fan has to say it. Blame the train is a pain.
Yep, there we go. There it is. I'm just looking, I'm like, I mean, my Winnebago has chicken legs instead of wheels now. Shit's weird.
But it is definitely slowing down.
Cool.
All right, go try to find a car. We could put this in.
So yeah, you are now circling around. You're coming at basically the back of the train. You see at the front of the train, you see several figures getting off the train with what looks like spears and staffs and things, and they just start like shoving people and like trying to get them off the track.
Right. We don't have much time.
So Ramsey and Elias, you are sneaking onto the train.
Yep.
All right. So make me a stealth roll, each of you.
Yes.
You've got inspiration. You can use.
Yep.
Let's use that inspo if it ain't a fumble.
Great.
No, I did good.
All
I'm
right.
spending another luck so I can get a hard success.
All right, Elias, go to town with that inspiration.
Forced inspiration.
Do it.
And as for to clarify, did the minister bring the child onto the hut?
Yes.
Great.
child-
I'm gonna put him in the passenger seat and put his seatbelt on.
82 out of 48.
All right. So
I got a hard success, so
okay. So you guys get on the train. You get on a passenger car. So you just like walk up the thing. And you see a coming from the direction of the engine, coming towards you is what looks like a little dragon man. He's about 4 feet high. He's blue, and he's got this like pronounced jaw and little wings. And he's wearing a little uniform, and he's going, tickets please, oi, you two, tickets. And now, so there are cars behind you, so you could like just turn and run.
that's what I'm gonna do.
All right, so you both turn and run. He's like, and you very quickly get to the cargo cars. So there's one more passenger car, and then for the cargo cars, you essentially have to climb up on the roof and go around, or you have to get off the train and go around and open the door.
I'm gonna climb up.
Roof.
Okay.
So I don't
So
want them to see us crawling around.
So there are hatches on the roof that you can look in. And yeah, you'll find a car that you think that the hut could fit in. So you're going to need to get down and open this and then get the hut in.
Sounds like a plan.
I'm going to roll.
Do you want to stay up here, Elias, and I'll go down and see if I can?
Okay. No, I love timers. So we are going to go into initiatives for this.
All right.
So we will start the initiative with you both getting, or whichever one of you, whatever, getting down and starting to open the door. That's when we will start this process. At the beginning of the round, everybody in the Winnebago can make a spot hidden roll.
Uh-oh.
I'm just looking at all my skills and lamenting how natural world does me no good here.
Unnatural world, you need.
Yeah.
You clearly see, if you made the roll, the people are almost off of the tracks.
Oh, I got a critical if that's good for
Oh,
you.
man, all right. Yeah.
I got a 100.
Yikes.
Okay. We'll
Listen to what I
fumbled.
let's listen to that. We'll deal with that in a
Fumble.
second.
Yeah.
So Jared and Susanna, you see that the dragon guys are getting the people off the tracks. Jared, you see that the dragon guys are like shooting gouts of flame to convince people to move faster, and they have destroyed the palm frondy stuff. Just burnt it to a cinder.
Oh, they're going to be moving soon. They've already cleared the stuff off the tracks.
And the iron dragon itself is like gnawing through one of the palm frond things. The first one, it's just like eating it. So yeah, you think that they are expediting that. Now for the 100, so you're like looking out, trying to see what's going on. You're up in the front with the child. The child looks at you and says, I have to go to the bathroom.
There's one in the back, but now's not a great time, kiddo. You're going to be much safer with that seatbelt on.
I have to go to the bathroom.
Hey, minister.
The minister, oh no, nobody else came along. It's just
it's
you and the
just
child.
us?
And the
Okay.
cat. The cat is there.
Okay. Then I'll turn to the cat and be like, can you keep an eye on him? This thing might get lurchy.
Does he use a box?
No, there's a toilet. You've seen a toilet, right?
I don't want to know what you people do.
It's kind of like a box, except that it flushes the waste away for you so that somebody else doesn't have to do it.
And it's filled with water.
Why? Why would you do that?
Because some of us are civilized. Could you please escort the kid to the little closet in the back with the bowl full of water?
And your butt just gets wet.
No, that's a bidet. It's different. Could you please? I'm trying to drive here. Could you help with this?
All right, so this is essentially going to tie you up for the next 3 rounds, dealing with the cat and the child.
Great.
Okay. So Susanna, you're in the Winnebago. You see that happening.
Mhm.
Jared and
Should I say that out loud so it could be a quote?
that's a good one. That's a good
Do
one.
it. Do it.
We have a special one to get your butt wet.
All right. On that note, I am going to roll for some tumblers.
Oh, I thought you were going to say roll for sanity after that one.
I've been
Tumblr.
waiting for that.
Tumblr.
All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Butterfly Gal, 1954.
Nice. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
I don't think this will be applicable in this case, but just to remind folks, it is continental US only. But if you are not continental US, we'll fax you a picture of the company.
I heard the name start with a B, and my brain just
Stuck in 1995 or faxing things, making dial-up sounds.
Pull out the beeper. All right. So Elias and Ramsey, are both of you going to open the door? Is one of you going to stay on the train? What's going on?
What do you mean? I mean, the train has stopped.
The train is stopped to open. So this is one of those big freight trains, and to get the car, to get the hut in there, you're gonna have to open that big side door.
Yeah. Yep.
So you're gonna have to get down off the train.
But we have to get inside to open it, right?
You can you might be able to open it from the outside. You could try from the from the inside.
Yeah.
Inside. I'm gonna drop with holding Ramsey's arm, drop Ramsey down,
Okay.
and then I'll hop down after.
All right. Yeah, you guys. So this is an empty freight car. The walls are, they look a little wet. There's like a weird, scaly kind of glistening thing going on.
Did they wash this down or what?
It's weird. But so this round you drop down. Okay. Anybody in the RV doing anything other than dealing with the hilarity of explaining bidets to the cat?
I'm just trying to gauge, because it looks like they're moving fast. I'm trying to figure out how soon until they get moving. I'm like, as soon as the little ones
you got a really great roll. It is sooner rather than later.
Yeah, and I mean, I pointed it out before, but I'll be reiterating.
Okay.
They're going fast. This is going to get moving soon.
All right, 1 round down. Next round, you guys get the door open. You are still dealing. The kid is now climbing over you to get to the. Excuse me. And the cat is incredulous that there's no sand involved. How do you hide it?
You don't.
You just
It goes
leave.
away on its. There's a lever, and you hit it, and then it just swirls around in the water and goes away on its own. There's a tank underneath. You empty it out when you park.
It's going to get moving soon.
How do you mark
I
your
heard you
territory?
the first time, Jared. you mark your territory with signage and common decency. You wouldn't know anything about it since y'all just keep barging into my home like it's anybody's property.
Because nobody's peed on it.
Why would I pee in the place that I live? That makes no sense.
To mark your territory.
They're getting back on the train.
I heard you the first time, Jared.
And that's why this is taking 3 rounds.
Yeah.
All right, you guys get the door open. That is another round down. And now you're both like looking at the hut, like.
And for the podcast, what hand motion was that?
Come on.
Run away! Run away!
Abort! And so the cat, the kid gets over you and is going with the cat to the bat, and the cat's just like, well, none of this makes any sense at all.
There's just going to be a horrible mess when this all happens, given what's about to. It's all going to be on the floor. Who cares?
Ramsey and Elias, make me luck rolls.
$93.
That does not sound like a success.
44.
Not a success.
All right. All right. With one success, the you see the dragon conductor about 6 cars down has like poked his head around. And he's like, "Oi, what's going on there?"
We say nothing.
Don't say anything.
All right, yeah, you guys, like, you're not even you're just waving for the hut.
Yep.
All right, and that is another round down. All right, now the hut can start moving.
Go.
Finally, once the kid, I was through this, like the kid has basically passed my vision.
Right, the kid like climbed over you.
Yeah. So I will turn back and be like, mother chucker, and I'm gonna like kick it into, high gear and essentially gun it to catch up to the open door.
The train's just gonna tip off of the track with the momentum.
Well, the funny thing is, so I slammed out on the gas pedal like I'm in a Fast and Furious movie, even though those haven't started being made yet. But then what you get is of like the Tyrannosaurus chicken legs running alongside the train.
It's
the train's
so hubcaps
moving, right?
The train is not moving.
No,
not moving. Okay.
I'm just imagining that the raptor claws from Jurassic Park.
Yes.
Yeah, very much.
So at this point, the track is now clear. The Iron Dragon has destroyed the last palm frond. In front of it, the remains of the Crusade have fled, and it looks like they're trying to get it started up again. All right, so you start to bring it forward. Make me a drive vehicle roll, Veronica.
How much inspiration do we have left at this point?
How much did I put in drive? Is
a fumble right now.
Ezra has 4.
A fumble right now would just be
not a fumble, but it is a fail.
All right.
We are definitely
How much inspo we got?
Yep.
Yeah, you could use an inspiration.
Please, for the love of gods.
Yes.
You'd like me to re-roll? Get that fumble.
Squeal
for,
bits.
That fumble
Squeal
for
bits
Nick.
coming your way.
All right.
Thank you for the
They're
squeal
blessed squeal bits.
Come on.
That
fumble.
is a fumble.
Oh.
Yes.
I will take a photo of the dice if you need me to. It's a fumble.
Oh. All right. Wow.
Do you strip the gears?
Ramsey and Elias,
I'm
make
not
me
even
dodge
mad.
rolls.
Okay. Good thing I have dodge.
No.
35.
Sorry.
Yes.
Okay.
Barely.
Would we like to inspire
Yeah,
that? Is there
yes, I would like to inspire Elias. Yes, please.
Critical fumble this.
So Duke Fleeg just gave 500 bits that I'm going to steal
Do it.
right away
Do it.
and use in real time. Thank you, Your Grace.
Wow, real time.
That's a Nick. That is a Nick.
Oh,
An
the same
82
thing.
for the second time in a row.
Same
Dang.
thing. All right.
Same
Get
thing.
hit by a Winnebago.
Oh.
He'll be one of the earliest people killed by a vehicle.
God damn it.
All right.
He wrote Rocky Horror Picture Show. N was the first person killed by a car.
Before they were invented.
We threw him under the bus.
This is how we don't wreck the timeline with Rocky Horror Show, because you die before you have a chance to produce it.
Oh man.
All right.
No, you've got just like kick.
I was trying to kill myself in this game because I was only here for 2 episodes, man.
So what happened is somebody found my notes somewhere shoved in a box, and they're like, "This is the craziest thing. I gotta try and figure this out."
And then they traveled to the real world from the Dreamlands after finding them there. And then,
Yeah.
okay.
We would have taken his stuff with
We'll
us.
take his
back
stuff
to
with us. Yeah.
Dreamland.
Does it transfer?
Sure.
To be fair, I wouldn't be shocked if Richard O'Brien was in the Dreamlands.
Yeah.
All right. So you ram into the train. And Elias, you take 5 points of damage
Okay.
as you are rammed into the train as well.
As
And-
long as it doesn't tip onto you with the hut landing on you, I think you're golden.
No, what happened? The hut is not like you weren't able to get the hut into the door, and so it just came, and you came in really fast, and so it just went bang against it. But there is a loud kang sound that go and like a horrible grinding sound. And the poor dragon guy who was on the edge, like looks over and he's like, "Hey, what's going on? Stop that!" He has no interest in getting off the train, clearly.
You know,
Can't blame him.
And all right, so Ramsey and Elias, you have an action before we end this round.
I'm gonna try and get out of this car. Up.
Well, you're not so much in the car as you're around the car right now. But yeah, it'll be make me a climb roll, Elias, to get into the train. Ramsey, what are you doing?
I was thinking I could try to get into the hut.
Whoa.
Sure, yeah, you could try and get in the hut. Yeah,
Because then when because
not in.
you
The hut's
dodged
not
out
in.
of the Y, and so you
Yeah.
dodged. Now the problem is the train is not moving. The hut is moving.
Oh, all right. Okay, I thought it was stuck in. I was gonna get okay. No, All
No,
right,
because
then I'm
I
not
was
gonna do that.
I was coming along from the side, so I think I'm like
slide
skidding.
around.
I'm skidding
Gotcha,
across the
gotcha,
edge
gotcha,
right
gotcha,
now. I
gotcha,
believe
gotcha,
is what's
gotcha.
happening.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. No.
right.
I'm getting out of the
what
way.
was that?
Getting out of the way.
All right, so you're struggling to get in the train. Your ankle is sort of pinned on the with the Winnebago. And Ramsey, you can get in the train. You can climb up the train if you
Yeah,
want.
that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. You hear some horrible sounds from the restroom.
Like indigestion, or like pain.
or like
What's
cat
happening?
vomit, or
Like-
what are we doing?
Cat's like,
You definitely hear a
Like rebounding off the side. Okay, yeah.
Cats in the bowl.
The splashback was unexpected.
There's some thud and things going on there, and yeah, the cat is not happy. Okay. It's down to 1, people. So make me a drive automobile roll.
We still have a little
Come on,
bit of
Ronnie.
inspiration left.
Oh, another fumble would be fantastic.
That
Fail
was
or
a
fumble?
fail, but not a fumble.
All
Okay,
right.
that's
I'm gonna make
inspired.
you well, do you want to use inspiration?
Let's try inspiration.
You guys want me to try inspiration first?
Yeah.
What are the
Or do-
chances you could
Or
fumble
do you want?
twice?
Or do you want to hear this? Or do you want to hear this deal that?
I
Ezra
think
is
we should
ruling
hear
off?
the deal.
Anytime there is a deal, I automatically go, "Oh shit!" So no, let's
Yeah, take the inspiration. Like, what's do you feel
Once-
like you're not going to make the drive at all ever?
Who knew drive vehicle was
I
an important
have, like-
skill in?
I banked points into this. I'm just rolling badly on my Birds of Paradise. I would add.
Almost like
That's
they're
the white
random.
apostasy right there.
Yes, we're using the squeal bit.
Okay, we're using the squeal bit. Thank you,
We're
Squeal.
down to 1 inspiration.
Wow,
There we go.
it's the lowest I've had you guys in a while.
And that, my friends, was a success.
All right,
Yes.
20 under 40.
so that's a hard success.
Hard.
So yeah, you manage to slide in and not crush Elias as you're doing it.
Well, the first one was just a curb check to make sure it was there. And you're like, okay, I know how this is all situated.
Parking by Braille. And so you have situated this thing in there now. The train is starting to move, Ramsey. So you are in. Elias, make me a strength roll.
I'll roll for strength. How's that sound? Oh, it's a success.
All
50
right,
out of
yeah.
60.
So you like, as the car is getting in, you manage to like scurry in and ahead of it. So the door, you can't close the door to this car. The RV is too big.
Knocked it off.
So we're just like in it sideways, like sticking the butt end sticking out the door.
You didn't do a great job getting this was not your best parking job, but it's in. That's what
Look,
matters.
parallel is hard, okay? Especially in a Winnebago.
Parallel is part of the
speed.
normal vehicle. With Winnebago's God.
And you hear the dragon roar, and it starts to roll forward. So about 5 minutes later, the kid and the cat both come out of the bathroom, both of them looking uncomfortable, and both of them wet.
I'll just look the kid dead in the eye and be like, I understand that your mission is to bring peace and prosperity to this land, but also seat belts are very important and you should consider instating them as a law.
He just looks a little sheepish and he goes and he sits down.
Ronnie will open one of the top compartments and pull out, like, it's probably like an old boyfriend's band t-shirt or something, and toss it to him in case he wants to change into something dry.
You do that. And the cat's like, no, I'm fine, thanks.
Did I ask you?
The train like very quickly starts going very quickly, and you are hurtling along. The cat will tell you that the trip to Ulthuan is a long one. It's many hours, and you will probably arrive the next day. And he says, hopefully, the defenses on this hut will not have anyone notice that it is hanging, that there's a leg hanging out of, at least no cats will notice.
Yeah, I'm a little currently more concerned about that little dragon thing with the wings that definitely saw us pull this very bad parking maneuver. You think they are gonna stop again and try to kick us off before they reach their destination, or is it not worth ruining their schedule?
The Iron Dragon doesn't like to stop.
Great. Love to hear it.
They might still come and try and kick us off.
Well,
Reach behind, grab the shotgun.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? Maybe the child can speak to him.
True.
Oh.
Well, can we afford to expend his energies?
We'll
Right.
find out when the dragons get here.
So I assume that we get inside with everybody else.
Yeah, you're all in the RV.
All right, cool.
Oh, we're in the RV. Is there any of those salt and vinegar chips?
If the Shadow King didn't finish them off, there should be some in the cupboard there. There's cereal in that one. All the produce has gone off. Fish bones in the corner for the cat.
Ooh.
I'll go around and find all the sundry, like, half-eaten bags of, like, weird junk food, like Hostess cupcakes and just horrible trash food from gas stations all across the Americas.
All the Slim Jim you can eat.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure I want to eat something called ho ho.
You're all so sweet. Damn.
Oh, yeah, we do real well in the sugar trade even after the Civil War.
Oh, well, that's something, I guess.
It's not something good.
Well, I didn't say it was good. I just said it was something.
And so sure enough, about well, I mean, okay, yeah. Are you, how do I, well, let's just have,
Arming
Elias
ourselves
want-
in anticipation of dragons. Yes.
Yes.
We are.
Elias wants to hide on another car
oh, all right.
further
Oh.
back.
So there, yeah, you can, you climb up on the roof. Make me a luck roll, Elias.
Nope.
All right. So you climb up on the roof and you get your head up and you see 3 dragons coming towards on the roof.
Shut it down and go. 3 dragons en route. Is there anywhere to hide in here that's not?
Yeah,
That's-
I mean, you can hide behind the RV.
I can lean out and say they breathe fire.
I'm gonna.
What?
Gee,
I mean, okay, they are dragons.
Huh?
Do you want to get in the underbed compartment? You'd probably
Yes,
fit. You're a slippery
yes,
little
okay.
guy.
Yep.
Right?
Size 40.
Yeah, just pull the duffel bag out. Be careful, it's gonna click.
There's a window. Is there a window facing where he was? I think the dragon might come down. The dragons might come down.
All right, Elias. Actually, Veronica, make me a luck roll. I'll be nice.
Hard success.
All right. Yeah, man. Even though this is an older thing, they thought about child safety. There is a latch on the inside of the underbed chamber. So when you lock yourself in there, you can get out. So Elias says that and then immediately goes and hides. So I'm gonna put us into initiative again. Okay. Susanna, what are you doing? You have the highest initiative here.
Okay. Did he indicate which direction they were coming from?
No, but you assume the engine.
Okay. Is there anywhere that I can be where I can get a reasonable shot at the at that door?
So you'd need to be out of the RV for that. Or maybe you could like lean out a window.
So
But
So logistically, no, never mind. Continue.
so the RV is sort of in at a weird angle in this. Oh, so like one leg is like sticking out of the door, the large panel door on the side of the train, and there's a hatch on the top of the train, and they seem to be, probably they're walking towards that.
So they're coming in from the hatch down.
Yeah, from the roof.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got it. Okay.
I don't want them.
That is your assumption.
Sure. I don't want them firing on the RV because the child is in there. So I want to get out of the RV and see if I can find anywhere to get a reasonable shot at anyone coming out of that hatch besides Elias.
Yeah, you've got the hatch. You can like get in the corner of the car and you're just looking up at the hatch.
Yeah. And so I have a readied firearm ready to shoot someone. I may even take the aim action to shoot at someone when they come through.
I'm on. Okay. Yeah, that's no problem.
Wait,
All right. That was 80. So then 70 is most of you. So we'll start with Ramsey.
All right. I'm going to see if I could borrow the rifle from Veronica and Ronnie's rifle and take a position opposite Susanna.
Just want to be clear, that's not a rifle, right?
It is a shotgun.
It's a shotgun.
Okay, fine. I could do that too.
Ronnie is not gonna give it up.
All right, I thought so, but I have a handgun, so I'll
Yeah.
use that.
All right. So
I thought I'd ask.
You're
No,
getting
it's
out of the RV as well.
I'm going to
Okay.
go in the other corner.
Okay.
Damn it.
The RV pretty much takes up the other 2 corners. All right, Jared.
What other stuff is back here in this train?
So
Is
there
this
are
is like luggage and stuff.
in this car. There's nothing else. This is empty.
Right.
This
All right.
this freight car is empty. There are 2 freight cars after this.
I mean, I guess all the corners are taken. There's not really any cover. So, I mean, I'm just going to get in a situation where I can line up with the shotgun as they come down. I can spray them.
Okay. Yeah, you can like, you can sort of be like, you're kind of almost laying on the side of the hut, like looking up at the hut, at the hatch. Elias, any special preparations in the under? You just hear a lot of like thud, 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 thud.
And shotguns racking.
Yeah. Veronica?
I am going to grab the child, or gently approach the child and say, I know this wasn't the most pleasant, but I need you to go back into that bathroom so that you can be somewhere safe. And I want to tuck him into the bathroom, close the door, and then I'm going to basically post in front of the door, aiming at the door of the RV, which is like the primary entry point into,
all right,
with the shotgun.
You see the cat in the corner with the cat bones is like rolling on his back around, purring. And when you like go to when you rack the shotgun, the cat goes, is something going on?
Did you not hear Elias and Jarrett screaming?
I was busy.
Do you have catnip in your pocket? Are you doing drugs right now? We are on a crusade for the child and you are on drugs right now?
Fish bones. They're really great.
I am disgusted with your loyalty.
So what's going on?
The folks who run the train are not real pleased with our presence or my parking job and are coming to check things out.
Oh, yeah, I bet they're...
And unlike you, they can see us.
Yeah. Also, unlike me, they can fly.
They can fly and breathe fire?
I mean, they're dragons.
Yeah, I got that. Anything else special that we should know about that they can do? Do they have psychic mind powers? Do they have a direct connection to Yogg-Sothoth? Like, anything you want to mention?
Ooh, don't. Ixnay on the Ogg-Sothoth.
Oh, yeah. You all get so widgety when that one comes up. Right. So, anything you want to share?
Their skin's really hard.
Like harder than bullets can pierce?
I don't know. What's a bullet?
It's the round metal things that we were firing at those clay people yesterday in the fight.
I mean, there's one way to find out, I guess.
Cool. You still got that stick?
Yes.
That I gave you? Good.
Yeah.
Does that work against them?
Probably.
Great. Maybe you should have that ready just in case this gets, violent.
There's a knock on the door of the RV.
Who's there?
I beg your pardon. This is the head conductor.
What you want?
Who are you?
I'm the seer of the Dreamlands.
Do you have a ticket?
No, but I would be happy to pay for one now if you're able to make the transaction.
What is this vehicle?
The seer must always travel with the oracle. This vehicle is the oracle.
So you all hear this shouted conversation back and forth. It sounds like the conductor's voice is coming from outside of the train.
What in the heels?
I'm afraid I must ask you to remove yourselves from this train.
You ain't interested in booking a few more passages?
How many passengers are there in there?
Do I have to pay for the cat? I don't know if they qualify as pets or passengers around here.
You have...
That's 2. 3. Sorry.
Well, there is the freight. This is a freight car. This is not a passenger car.
Well, I didn't think you'd appreciate me parking my oracle in the passenger car. It's taking up a lot of space, as you can see.
I do not appreciate you parking your oracle here.
Well,
Why have you done this?
well,
Why did you not get on at a station?
there wasn't a station close enough to get on. I was about to run out of gas.
No, get off my train. No. Wait,
Are you gonna stop for us to get off?
no.
Then we're staying on until you stop, bud.
You hear the RV goes, and the cat says, well, you can make me a cow roll. See if you understand.
Oh, now I make a good power roll. Okay,
All
great.
right.
That's a hard success.
All right. They are trying to pull the RV off of the train.
Is the sound of them trying to remove the RV and like the
No, the
creaking of the
RV
metal,
is
or is
telling you.
is the RV yelling at me? Okay,
Yes,
I'm just
the
checking.
RV is telling you that it is being pulled off the train.
I'm gonna turn to the RV and be like, well, can you resist?
Kick him.
That would be
The
awesome.
RV goes, it says something. You can make a power roll, and the cat smirks.
That was a failure. So I'll just
All right.
turn to the cat and be like, care to translate? I'm only through like lesson 3.
It doesn't understand you.
I will attempt to repeat my question in dialogue.
All right. All right. We'll deal with that next round.
The dumbest.
I'm gonna make some strength rolls for dragons. There's a sentence you don't get to say over there.
Can we
There are
see
many
this?
sentences we've said tonight. that are
No,
not-
but you definitely hear. So you see that you see the RV start to move, and you hear the guy go, "No, get off my train!"
Okay.
And like, and it doesn't. This is not the normal movement of this thing as it like starts to slide out of the door.
We can go to the edge where it's open and look, right?
I mean, there's a little bit of space. You would have a better chance because you're climbed up on the RV. The
Right.
people in the corners, you'd probably need to go up to the hatch.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's stuff is happening, and I'm figuring we should not sit around and let it happen.
I'm
If I read
watching
the
I'm
situation.
watching the hatch because that's where things were going to come out. Right?
Well, I mean,
So
the RV looks like it's starting to fall out. So
You're on the
Jared's
RV,
gonna-
so you know those.
yeah, Jared's going to be like, "What the hell's going on?" And hearing the conversation.
all right, you see 3 dragons. One of them, they're flying, but they're kind of like just floating. One of them is just standing there. He's like this pencil thin mustache. He's just standing there with his arms crossed, watching the other 2 like trying to pull the RV off.
You always shoot the commander in a war. Yeah, I read you.
All right, if you want to, you can ease. They are not expecting a gunshot.
Yep.
All right. So, wow, what are the physics of this? Like shooting a shotgun out of a moving vehicle.
I mean, I think you have to lead the
Is
target.
it gonna like go that way? Yeah, but I'm not sure how much of this Jared would know.
I mean, no, people have been shooting shotguns off of trains for a very long time, Ezra. This isn't new.
It's true.
This
I
is
mean,
pretty
this one-
standard hijack maneuvers, to be
This
fair.
one seems to be going pretty fast. Like it's not. This is going like modern train fast.
Well, I mean, I rolled a 3, so it's
Oh
a
well,
critical
all right. That's
success,
pretty
so
immaterial.
I think he's
So-
got a feel for it.
Yeah. So you just look at the guy and you just go kablam. And he sort of looks a little surprised, and he goes flap, and he goes tumbling off, and the train just keeps shooting forward. And he hits the ground and is now way behind you.
Yeah, and I'll rack the shotgun when given a chance.
All right. Ramsey, you heard a shotgun shot and a Zutalo!
All right. I'm watching the hatch to see if anything's coming in. I haven't seen anything come in. Do I realize that something is pulling on the hut?
Probably. I mean, the
Okay.
hut is moving somewhat.
Okay. All right. And I heard a gunshot over there. So I'm going to go over to where Jared is and see if I can do anything.
All right. So you can't really get around. You're going to need to climb
Yeah,
up
yeah,
the RV
yeah.
to do that.
Yeah.
All right. So make me a climb roll. You're climbing.
No.
All right. Yeah.
Nope.
So you start
I
to
can't
climb, and then you're like,
Uh,
this is weird. It's like a
yeah.
furry chicken gross thing.
Yeah. No. I'm not. No.
All
Okay.
right. So that's that. Susanna, you've now aimed at the hatch.
Yeah.
And you hear the gunshot go off. So that was that you this round was the aiming. Okay. Veronica, you hear a gunshot outside and you hear the surprised concierge.
I guess I'm just gonna generally shout like, "We doing all right out there? Y'all wanna,
Define all right.
They're pulling the Winnebago off.
could we stop them, please?"
Trying.
Thank-
Ryan.
Pardon? We're trying to just get you up the train if you could help us out here. You know, we could just end all this unpleasantness. No problem at all if you just leave the train. I had to get that bit.
Yes.
Good.
Look, we will happily pay for fare and depart the train when we get to the next major stop, but we will not be leaving this train while it is moving.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. Unfortunately, you know, regulations are regulations.
This is
And
the
the-
only place I have ever been where capitalism has not overwhelmed safety concerns. I just want you to know that.
Well, I don't really know what that means.
Are you in charge here?
No, the Iron Dragon's in charge. And
Great,
the
can
Iron
I speak
Dragon,
to your supervisor?
but I don't think you want to do that, Nim.
Well, I don't want to, but if we're going to keep going around in circles with this argument, we might have to escalate things. So why don't you just take our fare and let us get off at the next stop?
How many passengers?
7, 3, I don't know. Who counts as a passenger? My math's a little shaky right now.
Is it 7 or is it 3, ma'am?
7.
All right. So we're gonna need 3 zebras, 47 chickens, and 1 push me pull you.
You are in luck, sir, because as it so happens, we will be picking up a supply of chickens when we depart this train in the next city.
Well, I may be in luck, but you aren't, because you know, payment in advance. The Iron Dragon does not believe in credit. He tells a funny little joke. He says, you know, our credit manager is Helen White. If you want credit, go to Helen White.
Son, I'm already in hell. Get the fuck out of here. I'm just gonna fire the shotgun like through the roof hatch or something.
All right, you're gonna shoot. All right,
I'm
you
gonna.
shoot.
It's away from the child. I'm gonna blind shoot up in the direction of the hatch.
All right, roll damage.
Veronica is so done with the Dreamlands. That is, I believe, 4 damage.
All right, do me a favor and roll the point blank damage as well.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Additionally, or do you want me to just re-roll that?
Add what? It would be another 2d6.
It would be another
right?
2, so just
Yeah,
add another 2.
yeah.
Okay. Oh, you're welcome. That's another 8.
Okay,
For
so
a total of
12
12.
total to the close part. All right. The RV makes a horrible noise.
Ah, fuck me!
Of like, you know, the modem just got hung up. And the guy outside says, well, it wasn't very neighborly.
You know, I never had these problems back in Kansas.
Okay. And you hear the third guy, the third dragon. You hear him say, "No, Iron Dragon. They do not have the chickens. No. Understood. At the beginning of the next round, inside, everybody that is not in the RV but is in the car, make me a con roll.
Oh, hell.
Yeah, there it is.
What do I count as?
You are
At
make a
advantage?
con roll with advantage. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. 18, regular success.
Okay.
Yes, my con is that bad.
Thank you, Blackwater.
Hard success.
All right. So you all hold on as the inside of this thing starts to just wobble. And you all clearly hear the roar of the train from the front. Okay. Back to initiative. Susanna, you've heard multiple gunshots from the front. You heard the RV make a horrible noise.
All right. I think I want to get around to where the shooting is happening. So I want to try and climb over the RV to get to where things are happening.
You could also climb up the hatch.
Fair point. I will do that because there's an actual ladder there.
So I'll make you an offer. You can climb up the hatch. No roll needed. You'll get there, but it'll take your whole turn. Or you could try climbing the hut, and you might be able to get a snapshot off if you make the climb roll.
My climb is 45. It's less than a 50-50 shot, but I'll try climbing over the hut and see what I can do.
Okay. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm going to change that, and I'm going to let you choose again.
Okay.
Both the car that is currently moving and the fact that the hut is very unhappy at being shot would make this a roll probably at disadvantage.
Okay. In that case, I will take the ladder. Thank you.
All right. So you get up, and there is nobody on the roof as far as you can see.
Mm-hmm.
And you see this car it's wobbling. This whole car is wobbling. And you are up, and you look down, and you see the two dragons that are both yanking on the leg of the RV, trying to pull it off. They are flying. And make me a spot hidden.
Spot hidden. That is a 52 out of 84, so regular success.
Regular success. All right. And you think you see something coming from the very back of the train?
Okay. I will note that, but not call down because I don't want to give away my position and army crawl to the edge of the car, so I'm ready for the next turn.
They all seem very busy. Okay. 80s, 70s. We'll start with Elias this time.
I'm bracing.
All right. Yeah. The army's moving in weird ways and making horrible noises and all this stuff. It is. On an 80, the cat pats the side of the RV and looks at you and goes, "How could you?"
Would you please tell it I'm sorry?
Doesn't want to talk to you.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to talk to it in the first place, but we kind of got a symbiotic relationship here that we're stuck in.
If it were symbiotic, that would have hurt you. This is more parasitic.
Yeah, because this thing is pain in my ass and is living off my goodwill when I fill it up with gas.
That's not. All right, Elias. Oh, sorry, you did that. Ramsey.
I'm going to try to
Susanna clamber up to the hatch.
Yeah,
to the
I'm going to
roof.
go do that. I'm going to do
Right, so you join her up there. Same deal. You see all of that. Make me a spot hidden roll.
Oh, I failed.
Okay.
Failed.
Everything's
99.
fine. Jared.
Yeah, I'll take
good
a
one.
shot at the dragons
Okay.
on the leg. I'm sorry, Winnebago.
No, yeah. So you can easily shoot both of them, but you're probably going to shoot the Winnebago as well.
I mean, how much do I think I could mitigate if I take that? One, how much progress does it look like they're doing to determine if I should take a turn to?
It seems like they're, they seem semi-strong. They've definitely moved it a little.
All right, I'll take the shot.
Okay.
Regular success.
All right. I'll give them a dodge with disadvantage.
If they dodge, it means they let go and they stop pulling, right?
It's true.
I'm fine with that.
Okay. Yes, both of them let go. These things seem very aerodynamic. They move very easily, but they both let go of the leg. I'm going to make Alundra and Veronica, you have an offer here.
Okay.
The RV can take the damage, or it can dodge, but it will slide more off the train.
I'm going to give it a flat tire if I hit it.
No. I'm have it dodge.
Okay. All right. Yeah. There's the RV, like the leg like slides down and it grabs onto the ground, and that like pulls the thing forward, but it gets out of the way. Okay. All right, you didn't make that. That was everybody. Okay.
That's my turn, right?
Yes.
Opening the door of the bathroom, gonna turn to the child. Hey son, how you feel about a piggyback ride?
He looks at you kind of, and he doesn't speak, but he gets on your back.
Great. I'm gonna hoist him up and I'm gonna shout to the bedroom. Hey Elias, we might be losing this one. We should get out. And I want to get the child out of the Winnebago so that if it does slide out, we're still in the train car.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Interesting. So you're probably, well, make me a luck roll.
Okay.
You're the person I can still say that to, probably.
I think I'm the only one who you can still say that to.
Pretty fracking close.
Based on what I've heard. That is, what is that? Math is hard. That's a 30 on a 68.
All right, so that's a hard success.
Hard success.
So you think if you went out the bedroom window, the dragons wouldn't see you.
Cool. Yeah, then I'll go and I'll just knock on the underbed compartment as I crawl over.
Yeah, she like kicks the compartment, it tells you you're getting out, and then she goes through the window. Who's left? Nobody's left in there. Okay.
Cat.
Jared, you see her. You see out of the back of the Winnebago, you see the child and Veronica come clambering out. Cat is gonna try.
He's gonna coo some soothing dial-up noises toward the Winnebago.
Yeah, Cat doesn't want to leave his friend. Cat's staying there, and he's like saying stuff to the Winnebago.
Tell the Winnebago to kick the assholes. We're trying to get out.
All right, that is that. Both of you on the roof, make me dodge rolls.
Oh heck. Regular success.
I didn't make it.
All right. So a gout of flame. The concierge has come rocketing back, and a gout of flame just lays across the top of this thing. Not much of a gout of flame. Apparently, the physics of like the flame pushing into the wind, who knows? But you take 1 point of damage from the flame breath. But the concierge is like, pardonnez-moi, I'm going to have to ask you to leave this time. And that is where we're going to end this episode.
Oh man,
This insanity.
Well, Alondra, I hope you didn't have any plans in a few weeks.
So
Really not.
just to remind people, as we said at the top, we're going to be taking the next 2 weeks off. So the next Cthulhu game is going to be September 18th. And Alundra has very kindly agreed to come back since they're not out of the dead.
I tried really hard to die this episode so that you could have some fun. Just didn't work.
And I'll tell you that at the beginning of that episode, probably based on what's going on here, we're going to find out what's been happening in the real world with Abe and Shaman this whole time. So thank you so much, everybody, for all the bits. They needed every single, this time they needed every single one of them. It is
a catastrophe. A catastrophe. Okay, so I'm done.
Catastrophe. What?
We have 6 inspiration going into the boy.
Nice.
Most of them from Ezra.
And so thank you so much for those bits. It was a fantastic, great way to close out the month. Don't forget, Monday, we are going to be here to close out the month for Quests and Chaos with Swords and Sages. We'll be playing that on
Attack of the Geese.
And who knows, maybe they'll actually make it to Baldur's Gate this week. I'm not confident. But
we're going goose hunting.
You do not hunt the goose. The goose hunts.
That's right.
Ooh.
Can I bring my shotgun from this game over to that game? I feel like I'm going to need it.
Our quotes from this time are, let's dream cauterize these wounds. We need to get cat suits. That's good, right? I don't know, maybe. Would you not give your life for the child? I tried. Oh, so he gets a cat suit and I don't. This is not even cat adjacent. This is not a plan, it's a contingency. And we have a special one to get your butt wet. So that one's I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud of that. Well, this was all fabulous chaos. I was not expecting it all.
Wow.
I wasn't expecting the middle hour to just be you guys scheming against each other. Like that was awesome.
I just
You
wish
give us
they'd
the
been more
tools.
successful.
Well, thank you all for watching and for being part of all of this silliness, whether it's on YouTube or here, or if you watch the Twitch VOD, we really appreciate it. Don't forget Wednesday, #TwitchDoBetter, and we'll see you Monday for more mirth and merriment. Goodbye, internet friends.